This is the Troll Patrol, live with JustinFREAKIN.
Welcome to the Troll Patrol, live. It's a freaking Monday. I think it's a Monday. It's Monday, yes. It's a Monday. Today is going to be a different kind of show. We're not doing the news tonight. Actually, we're going to be on a panel. It's a Tuesday for you, I do believe, Warlord. Give us a panel, Warlord is saying in the chat. Well, I had to introduce it. Last time I wasn't able to simulcast and do the panel. This time I believe I've got it worked out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go head over to Nonsm0ker's channel. I'm going to hop in the panel. When we get back from the other side of the break, you will see me. You will see the whole panel. And we'll be ready to go. Just give me a few minutes to get hooked up with everybody. We'll be back in just a few minutes here on the Troll Patrol Live with a panel. We're going to assess Biden's chances in 2024 and apparently Trump as well on a panel over on Nonsm0ker's channel. Morgan, it is on Nonsm0ker's channel. It's getting ready to start here in just a second, so I got to go hop in. I'm going to play a break. I'll see you guys here in just a little bit. Hi, I'm JustinFREAKIN. I'm a leftist broadcaster and comedian, not liberal, leftist. And despite what you may have heard from right-wing propaganda, George Soros isn't handing out Soros bucks and funding people like me. There are no Koch brothers, Mercers, or any number of right-wing think tanks funding content on the left side of the spectrum the way they fund people like Ben Shapiro, Dave Rubin, and Dennis Prager. And YouTube doesn't monetize videos that are controversial or deal with politics unless you're someone like Steven Crowder. So this is an ultimatum. Become a patron. Support my Patreon, where I'm going to become a right-winger and get some of that easy money. You know for a fact that I could be bigger than Charlie Kirk or Jesse Lee Peterson.
Amazing!
All I have to do is talk about how I used to be an SJW snowflake, but the left went too far with their cultural Marxism, and Republicans are stupid enough to buy it, even though this video exists. And you know I'm right, so give me your money or I'm selling you out.
Now we turn to YouTuber JustinFREAKIN. The guy's, he's a formidable voice in the culture. Uncensored and unfiltered political talk and debate from a leftist perspective. The day's top news stories and videos with astute social commentary.
Not high enough for this shit.
All we're establishing is this guy's wicked sick aesthetic.
Right-wingers are morons.
You brought back the wrong kind of fucking cake, you idiot.
I guess I gotta thank Matt Walsh for introducing me to JustinFREAKIN.
Yet you're like, we'll pray for somebody. You think you can telepathically communicate with a deity, and you have the audacity to say somebody else has a mental disorder. For the love of God. Okay, we should be good to go. And then I'm going to give you their feed over here. I'll have to do a little adjusting once I take their feed. I'm muted for them, but here in just a second, I'm going to be on the panel, so I'm not going to be talking to you guys. I'm talking to you right now. I can mute myself over here and talk to you guys, but I'm going to take the panel here, and here we go.
Jackson
That's funny.
I linked it to you in the lounge. I linked the song if you guys want to hear it.
All right.
Schlotsky, see you here, buddy.
I'll take
I do need to set things up here.
Justin TV, how was your day? I wanna hear from you. You seem like a cool dude. Good day so far?
So far, so good. Thank you for having me on.
Good to hear. We're glad you can make it. I'm interested to see what your opinions will be like.
I'm going to be as contrarian as I can, so if you guys are against Biden, I'm going to be for him. Like, I will suck his dick!
Hi, Walt. Walt, you have sunglasses. You gotta get sunglasses.
Fuck, I don't know if I have any that aren't in my car. Sorry.
Don't listen to them.
You really don't need sunglasses. This just became a thing suddenly.
Schlotsky needs sunglasses.
Yeah, Ben showed up with sunglasses, so I had to put on my sunglasses in solidarity.
I've established a trend, whether I wanted to or not.
Dude, Ben, you look like a Fed. You look like you could be an FBI agent. The black shirt and sunglasses.
Schlotsky came up.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I'm fine to start pretty much. The other guy, somebody online, hasn't answered my DM since yesterday. So
He probably forgot.
But yeah, he probably did. And you said he was on a panel earlier, right?
I don't know, but the thing is, I didn't really pay that much attention. It could have been a recorded panel, something else. I just remember seeing him somewhere. Oh no! I think my cat's going crazy. Schlotsky got the glasses. Okay.
I got my kitty on camera.
Okay, Schlatsky looks like a Fed.
Do I need to get a kitty?
Everyone get their cats on the camera.
She's not gonna come.
Dude, I don't have sunglasses or a cat right now.
Oh, well, shame on you. You get kicked out of the panel. You are the weakest
unfair.
link. No cat.
I will have to find a cat.
Oh, shit, there he is.
You made it.
Good. Killer. All right, great.
Howdy, folks. Very sorry about that. I was on another panel and just got off of that, and we are switching over.
Excellent. Hey,
Naked.
Justin, that's a very cute kitty. Justin, is Justin your first name? Is that fair to assume?
Why are you trying to dox people?
I like people's. I like to know people by their first names if they're willing to give them.
Who's the Fed?
We're all feds tonight. Justin, is Justin your actual name?
Who wants to know?
Andrew Tate.
Well, fuck him then.
Yes, fuck him.
I am not involved in his trafficking investigation whatsoever. Leave me out of that mess.
Okay.
Me too.
No, my name is Justin. Yes, I'm JustinFREAKIN.
All right.
All right, so look, I said this to everybody before. I kind of organized this whole shit, so there's a lot of us. Obviously, there's 8 people. It's going to be too I fucking go on forever, so it's going to be too much with all of us talking. So I'm going to mostly facilitate, and it's kind of softball topics. I told all of you guys, the 2 broad topics are: will you vote for Biden in 2024? And was the FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago justified? Instead of just jumping right in like that, I think what I'm going to do is maybe give each of you guys a chance to introduce yourselves. And then after we do that, maybe I'll just ask a series of questions related to each topic. We'll go through it like that, and each of you don't have to answer one at a time. That's going to be kind of annoying, but we'll kind of I'll throw the question out. Whoever wants to go for it, go for it. Not too many rules. Obviously, no TOS shit. Please, it's fucking so obvious, but don't do that. And if it gets out of hand with people talking over each other, I have to screech a little bit. But otherwise, I'm pretty much fair game for however this goes. So somebody online, why don't you start? Introduce yourself, your political persuasion, what your channel's about, etc.
Appreciate it, Nonsm0ker. Thank you so much for inviting me, by the way. Relatively new to your side of the internet, so to speak, but I'm really glad to be here. I'm somebody online here on Twitch. I'm also on YouTube as somebody online, and on Twitter as some dummy online, because that's where I say my dumber things. I'm trying to reach radical anti-centrism. I'm trying to encourage people to try to find that beautiful understanding where we have this radical empathy. We come to understand the people on the other side and why they're saying the ridiculous things that they seem to keep saying. It has something to do with polysemy. We're trying to achieve a BOEM dialogue on my channel. I host panels on Thursdays.
Ooh, I like this guy already. This
On
is gonna be
Wednesdays,
fun.
then I go on other folks' panels throughout the rest of the week. I'm here today to talk with you folks. As far as these particular topics, I'm really interested to get into the weeds on it, so to speak, because these are some pretty weedy topics.
Me too, buddy. Me too. And weed indeed.
All right, good, dude. Thank you. Manara, why don't you go ahead?
What's up, everybody? I'll start with my name. Everybody pronounces it wrong. El Manara Report. It comes from El Manara, which means the lighthouse.
I know. I hate it, Q.
Here to guide people to the truth. We've noticed that a lot
I gotta take it to people
on YouTube, especially. They call themselves lefties. We believed that we were lefties, but apparently we are not. We've been labeled right wing, and every time we have a discussion with anybody we believe he's on the left or he says he's on the left, we are labeled the right wingers.
I'm looking into.
So we are here to just provide truth.
Too.
We are
This is cool.
not gonna be silenced really easily, and it's very clear that there's an agenda happening of silencing people, as we have seen with Andrew Tate. And I'm glad that this is unraveling. And I mean, I doubt anybody can win a debate saying that they're going to vote for Democrats happily this year or next year. And yeah, that's it. Almanara Report. Find us on YouTube. We've been here for a month and we're rising.
All right. Manara is indeed rising. Justin, why don't you introduce yourself, man?
Hey, my name is JustinFREAKIN. I host the Troll Patrol Live. It is a nightly news show, Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, here on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all those channels. On Friday night, I host a comedy show called the Friday Night Freak Show at 10 p.m. Eastern, and then I do different YouTube videos like the Freakin' News, stuff like that, little comedy videos. I consider myself a leftist. I'm probably center left, more into electoral politics, that sort of thing. I'm also like, I'm very interested to talk to the guys next to me. Both of them seem like a lot of fun.
To be honest, you look like you're the most fun, man.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you look like
Yeah. I don't know if anyone holds a candle to you with the fun factor, but we're going to try to keep up. But I appreciate you coming, man. Nikki, go ahead.
My show is the opposite of
my name's
fun.
Nikki. I have a stream, Radical Leftist Agenda. If you want to know about it, come to it. That's it.
All right, short and sweet, and Roland Raw.
All right, cool. So I'm Roland Raw. On Twitch. I describe myself as a volunteer, gamer, comedian.
And Mergen, I agree with you, by the way.
Christian, male model, athlete, child genius, and pro bono bodyguard for my mother on Sundays. And I will always introduce myself like that for all of these panels. I
Male
tend
model.
to it's not corny. It's cool, and you know it. I tend to lean conservative on social issues.
I don't know any of these
I tend to be
people
progressive
except
on
for
economic
Sansol.
issues.
And
I mean, my
there were
political journey's
there were
been all
some
over the
things
place, but at this
thrown
point, I'm
around at
very distrustful
Sansol
of
not that long ago,
Republicans and
and
Democrats in general,
I
so
quit
look
rating him
forward to
after
the
that.
discussion.
For them, I don't.
And
I
thank
don't
you
know
for
what
having me.
pronouns
I appreciate it,
they go
Nonsm0ker.
by.
Absolutely, my friend. Wouldn't have it any other way. Schlatsky, go ahead.
I'm Schlatsky.
Nonsm0ker seems
Just a
cool.
guy in space. I lean very far left. I found out what I was when I learned what the meaning of tanky was. So
Schlatsky seems
right
cool
on.
too.
Just follow me on Schlatsky at twitch.tv/Schlatsky if you want. That's all.
Right, very cool. And Sansol, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Sansol. I like to argue with people on the internet. I like to play video games. I'm very bad at the second one. I was going to say that I might be the most right-wing person here since everyone else is a socialist, but there was that one guy that said he was socially conservative. I'm generally associated with being like a sock dim, very interested in economics,
Jones, good evening.
philosophy.
I think I'm still
and shit
muted.
like that.
Okay,
So-
yeah, I'm not yelling at them.
Sweet. All right, cool. Fairly, look, not the most diverse panel ever, I gotta admit. but it should be interesting anyway. So I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna pose a question, and I'm kind of just like gonna throw it open to the floor. Whoever wants to pick it up and run with it, it's on you.
Nonsm0ker, did you want a chance to introduce yourself?
No, I'm trying to stay. Okay, yeah, good point. What terrible teaching practice. First thing you do in teaching is you demonstrate what to do, then you tell everybody else to do it. Yeah, I'm Nonsm0ker. I'm Marxist Leninist Twitch streamer, all around nice, lovely man, and also high school teacher. And I'm new to the Twitch game, recently made affiliate, trying to grow at all costs, by any means necessary. So with that being said, the first question I want to pose to you guys is, did you vote for Biden in 2020? And if you did, why? And if you did not, why didn't you? Or who did you vote for?
Are we talking primary or general?
General election.
Yes, and it will be the first and last time I give Democrats a chance.
Wait, can I guess who voted and who didn't?
Sure, if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
I say the only one that didn't vote is Schlotsky. That's it, really.
You're wrong. I voted.
Damn it!
So Schlotsky, you voted for Biden and Roland.
Oh no, not for Biden. No, I voted in general. Definitely not for Biden. No.
Why not for Biden?
Because I remember Biden.
Opening statements.
I remember who the guy is. And he said nothing will fundamentally change, and that's not what I want. I want things to fundamentally change.
I understand that, but given the option, you either have Pepsi or Coke. You don't get to pick Sprite.
I cannot drink.
Yeah, you can just drink sparkling water.
Die of
I threw my vote away.
Like being dehydrated if you just choose not to fucking drink either, right?
Pepsi.
Well, I mean, it's one thing if you live in a state where you're
better than not having anything.
Wait, can I say something? Why are we starting the conversation with that only two options? And if you're gonna say there is no third option, then why is the Forward Party getting assimilated together right now?
The Forward Party.
I'm talking about yeah. Look,
the Forward Party is exactly like Bitcoin. It is a scam.
The Yang Gang.
There's more than two options, and and I'll tell you why. Because the Forward Party's proving that there's more than two options.
No, there's not.
Forward
no, there's not. No.
Many,
win some local elections, win some statewide elections, and then talk to me. Fuck off.
Yeah.
No, don't tell me there's a third party option. Win locally, and then we'll talk about a third option.
What percentage of the vote did the Forward Party get?
That's the thing that I'm saying.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna let you go because I want to hear you first. Then I want to hear Justin. Then I want to hear Sansol. So go ahead.
To me, okay. So
no.
Oh yeah. So
sorry, I didn't hear.
All I'm saying is you guys are starting the conversation assuming there's only two possible ways, and you're not allowing the discussion. Wait, can I finish? You're not allowing the discussion to move forward further. You're assuming you need maybe 50% to win a third party. You really just need 10%, and we have all the votes we need to move one of the two parties to our side. So you're coming from the assumption that we need maybe 30% to 50% of the votes.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Why?
All right, Justin, go ahead.
Because that's the truth.
Wait, can you explain why you only need 10% of the vote?
So why do you need 50%?
Hold on.
You need a plurality.
Why
you need the electoral college.
You know,
it's not about 50% or anything.
I'll explain this to you guys. Listen up. I'm only going to say this once. Listen up. So this is what's going to happen. So there's two parties. They need half of the country only votes. Only half the country votes, okay? They're going to need as many votes as they want. It's usually split 50-50 every single time. Every time.
No, it's not. What? You're an idiot. What?
Can you shut up for a second? Can you shut up for a second?
Justin, let him finish. I'm going to let you go next because you obviously have an opinion.
The idea is, this is my idea. You get door 2024. Shut the fuck up. Don't say shit. You get door 2024. Shut the fuck up, dude. You get door 2024. It runs on a popular.
They're all setting up at this point.
Okay, he runs on a populist
because it's Monaro.
Listen up, boys. He and girl. He runs on a populist platform, gets 10% of the vote. Now he gets to tell lefties, Democrats, hey, but Democrats, listen, I have 10% of the vote. You need to give me Medicare for all. You need to give me $25 minimum wage, or you don't get this 10%. You go to the Republicans and say, hey, Republicans, I have 10% of the vote. You give me Medicare for all, You give me what I want, or you don't get this 10%. And politics, if you know anything about politics, they're gonna.
You don't know shit about politics, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No,
you
no,
got
no, explain.
Go
ahead, explain.
So, Justin, go ahead, because I can tell you're itching to speak.
Come on, Justin, quit laughing. Come on. That's a defense mechanism when you're.
That dude's an idiot. Like, what the fuck? No wonder you get called a right winger. I just call you an idiot.
That's not very nice.
Well, like, he's talking about Jimmy Dore getting 10% of the vote. What kind of fantasy world do you live in?
The world where we make them suffer and force them to make concessions that we want.
What?
I want to hear this.
So,
I want to hear
here's the question. Okay,
Roland,
here's
don't
the
give
question. Here's the question. So if you're saying that like by getting 10% of the vote, that magically somehow we'll be able to force them to do something
magically.
Magically, yes, because
okay, how do you get the 10%? How are you going to get the 10%? You're going to go to
do you even what does 10% of the vote even mean?
No, you're going to ask.
That's
You're going to talk to 2024.
That's an
You're
amazing question for you to answer for
okay,
how
you're
you're
going
going
to
get
Dore.
10% of the fucking voters. Because
then why the hell is the forward party running?
Oh, that's a really good question.
If there's no reason for them
run, why does the Green Party run? Why does the Libertarian Party run? They don't get 10% of the fucking national election.
I am sorry, I did not do the news tonight. I feel like I made you guys dumber instead of educated.
Elections, or maybe like one or two politicians in the House or the Senate.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Run as a Libertarian or
this is why I don't do
panels.
panels.
Get elected, but like that's not what happens on average. Like the idea that Jimmy Dore is going to get 10% of what I assume you're talking about is the like primary votes of the Democratic primaries, and then be able to boss around the Democrat establishment is just like fucking laughable.
All right, so interesting point.
Which is why I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Right, so somebody online, I could tell you had something to contribute, but you were kind of getting drowned out.
Can I respond? Can I respond really quickly? I mean,
I just want somebody online to give his piece, and then Minara will go right back to you.
So I do want to kind of build a bridge toward Al Manara. I think that if we're looking at like a parliamentary system where we have a more established group where there are three parties, you have to think in terms
that's not the world we live in.
And if you can get as large as 10% of the voting block, it'll definitely give you sway in terms of forming a coalition. Unfortunately, though, because we don't form coalitions in Congress, and when we like vote our chief executive, it's a direct, it's the Electoral College. There is no negotiations or government choosing in the process. The only result is you're going to end up splitting the vote for the Democrats, and you're going to end up ceding power to the right.
Okay, Minara, go ahead.
See, that's something happened to my but that's the argument that they want to do. They want to make it seem like, if I vote for third party, I'm voting for a Republican, but that's not true. My strategy says that I'm not going to vote for either party. I'm going to lose no matter what. I know I'm going to lose, but you have to but if you don't vote for me, I'm not voting. So if you don't give me the concessions that I need, then 10% of us are not voting. So yeah, maybe
if you know you're gonna lose, why are you so loud? Why are you being vocal? And you're not gonna get 10% of the vote. Like that isn't.
That's how you get pressure. That's how you pressure.
Let me explain something to you.
Hold on, JustinFREAKIN. Just to be like ultra clear.
They can't ignore you.
There are Democrats who run knowing that they're not going to win the primary, so that they can push their pet project forward.
Oh well, that's different than a third party.
Well, no, it certainly is, which is why I don't agree with his point. But like, just to the idea that like you can run with the intention, without the intention of actually fully winning. You might like still try, but like you're probably not going to win, but you're going to push forward your policies. You could arguably say like Bernie was really, really successful at this because he's pushed the Democratic Party significantly further left than they were in the pre-2016, right? Like Medicare for all is like now a national talking point, right? People are talking about
how did he push it to the left? Can you explain?
Absolutely, but he worked within their system, though.
We're not talking about Medicare for all anymore. There is no discussion about Medicare for all.
Can I explain something to Marinara?
Talk about Medicare for all the.
Hold on, can I make a point to Marinara?
Really quick, I just want to answer his question. So he said, how did Bernie change the discourse in the Democratic Party? How did he push them left? Well, if you look at the policies that the Democratic Party held pre-2016 and you look at them now, they're much more in line with like the progressive agenda. Are they one-to-one? Absolutely not, because most of the people in the United States aren't progressives, right? But They definitely did.
I would
get
argue
the,
they align
Medicare
with
for
the
all or a
Democratic
public
agenda.
option. They did get Medicare for all or a public option on the table to even be discussed. Whereas before, this wasn't even in our.
Till now, it's not being discussed. The thing is, you assume that now it's being discussed. Yeah, now you're acting like AOC every day on the vote floor. She comes out and she yells out, "Please, we need Medicare for all." There is no discussion,
right,
and I would argue,
it's not
and
a
I would
discussion
argue
right now.
I would argue it's the Democratic agenda that's being pushed, and that's why they're giving Biden the progressives. It's not really the progressive agenda. It's the Biden
Well,
agenda.
if you
that's
look
getting
at the
pushed.
Yes,
And
Biden's
and
centrist.
wait, can I finish? So when
Wow, this guy
Biden
must be
gets
a fan of infrared. Holy shit!
Listen,
No, you're
so-
totally
Yeah, dude,
right.
you're a
They're not
total
talking about it
idiot,
right
dude.
now.
when
They're not talking
Biden's
about it
agenda
right now.
when Biden's
They're not
agenda gets passed, he gives it to Joe Manchin because Joe Manchin is the president.
Yeah, in the bill that they just passed, Joe Manchin is like unbelievable.
That's not progressive.
Wait,
That's
wait.
not progressive.
Hold on.
Do you even
Hold
know
on,
it was in the
God.
most
Hey.
recent like bill? It was unbelievable.
How's that
when
progressive?
it comes.
Stop. Okay. All right, that works. So
you're
look.
saying a lot of words for nothing.
No, we have to.
Yeah.
I can't say.
I have such a crush on Kanye.
Yeah, chill. All right, guys, look. So, YouTube had a lot of mic time, especially Monera. So, I want to get around a little bit more. Nikki, do you have any view on this?
No, did not vote for Biden and vote for third party. But that's only because I would have voted for Bernie, but I'm just not into Biden. I know that people were gonna say that, oh, you can't vote for the third party, but I prefer in that situation.
I thought they were a type of femboy.
I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, you stole the vote. You gave the vote away to the other party." But if that person didn't earn the vote, then they didn't get it. So I think even if they don't win,
you're not talking
your
about
candidate
the
doesn't win,
femboy
you at
streamer,
least send a
Kanye?
message like, "Hey, we're not fucking with this."
I thought you were talking about
We don't
Kanye's
want
panels
Democrats. We don't
were
want
the
Republicans.
best.
We want something out
I'm
of this
so
shit.
confused now.
So that's all. I think my headphone died.
Sounds reasonable enough. Justin, you have any response to that? It sounds contrary to what you were saying before.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry.
Oh.
She basically said that you have to earn the
like
vote,
that
and if
too.
you don't earn the vote, that you're
Absolutely, I agree with that 100%. But like, the point I wanted to make to Marinara was the fact that like Ralph Nader was an American hero.
Hey, only I get to call him marinara. That's our thing. Can't take that.
What?
I didn't even know that was a thing. I just like that's that obvious of a joke. It was low hanging
You're not
fruit.
original.
My apologies.
You're not original. You're not original.
My apologies. But here's the thing: is like Ralph Nader was an honest-to-God American hero that ran as a third party multiple times, and he couldn't garner like more than like 1% of the vote. And you're wanting to say some idiotic, barely popular on YouTube streamer is gonna run and get 10%? It's fucking laughable. Just the premise is completely off.
Can I ask you a question? How many American voters vote every year?
It's about
Me
100.
and Roland, we punched the numbers, about 150 million, about half of them. And how many subscribers do you think Jimmy Dore has? He already has.
Oh my God, you're going by subscribers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I think I'm subscribed to Jimmy Dore, and I don't think I would ever fucking vote for him. You're an
Why
idiot.
do we expect anything to change if we keep playing their fucking game? Nothing's gonna change if you keep playing their game. It's not gonna work. You know that $10,000 student loan forgiveness? That was a calculation just to stay in power. They only did that. They didn't give you more. They didn't give you less. They chose an exact amount to stay in power. It's all about.
Okay. I want to counter that. I want to counter that narrative. You're saying that things will never change.
And withhold your vote. Nothing's gonna change.
Let me tell you the opposite is actually true, that you actually need to vote and vote more. And I will give you the perfect example.
Yes,
That's the current Republican.
You're
Hold on, dude. Hold on. Let me talk. The current Republican Party is ran by the nut job religious evangelical sect. They were the outskirts, like the progressive movement currently is in the Democratic Party back in the 70s in the Nixon administration. And they worked at it, and built a coalition, and they kept it. Frank Zappa was singing about their coalition coming to power in the mid-1980s. It took fucking time. You can't vote Democratic once and expect it to solve all your problems. That's magical fucking thinking, and only an idiot thinks that way.
Voting Democrat my whole life, it hasn't solved
You're gonna
anything.
continue to lose their game.
Once again, I just told you the metamorphosis of the Republican Party over 50 fucking years, and you're telling me like, oh, I voted my whole life and it hasn't changed anything.
You have to wait 50 years?
Yes,
Blame
this
each other.
shit takes
Go back and
time.
forth. Democrats, Republicans, Democrat, Republican. Don't get shit. Don't get more shit. Blame the other one. Blame the other one.
Well, oh, hold on.
Look at
Look
all of the bills. Hold on. This is something that triggers the fuck out of me. When we talk about like we don't get anything when there's the Democrats in office. Well, we can look at some of the things that we get. Like number one, the shit that Biden has been doing has been ultra fucking based. Even if you don't like know a whole lot about it, look at all of these spending bills. The most recent one,
let's look at the most recent one.
Hey, stop. Hold on. I literally stopped for a little bit so I can let other people talk. All right, I just want to like get this out there. Right, we can look at the kinds of things that the Biden administration has done. Right, number one, the Inflation Reduction Act is like an amazing. Like I don't know why it's the Inflation Reduction Act. Maybe there's like something that has to do with inflation in there that I missed. Right. But it seems to be mostly like a green energy act.
Why?
It is like
Why?
Because they have to shove a whole bunch of shit. Wait, I don't know.
Careful.
I don't understand what the why you're asking.
It's really not a good bill.
What do you?
Why do you keep telling him to be careful? You think you're some tough guy or something, man?
Because we looked into it.
If they knew.
Oh, he's a dumb fuck. Virtual wrong.
We need an Inflation Reduction Act. If they knew what they were doing.
I've already called him an idiot. Like, God, I called him an idiot like within the first 5 minutes.
The world right now is every single major country in the world is experiencing inflation except for Japan.
Because of them.
Aren't we
No, not
experiencing
because
the worst
of
inflation?
Because of sanctions.
No, it's not because of.
Ho, no, we're like the middle of the pack of inflation. No, we're not nowhere near the worst.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you
We are not like nearly.
Can people know what they're talking about before having opinions? God damn.
So hold on, really quick. I just want to get like one point out, and then I was going to throw it back to everybody else because I don't want to like hog the mic. Okay, so like Democrats do give a shit, right? Like we can look at the Obama years. We didn't get like an amazing like fucking like a UBI or fucking Medicare for all, but we did get the ACA, which got 20 million people healthcare. Now there are problems with the ACA, and you can definitely criticize that shit, but that means healthcare.
24 million,
otherwise get it. So yeah,
me not voting for them.
Hold on. I didn't finish. When you look at the Biden stuff, right? All of the spending bills that he's doing right now are large-scale investments that are supposed to help the poorest in our nation over the next 10 years. No, you're not going to see immediate shit because unless you're looking to get like, $10K in your bank account every month from the Democrats, you're not going to like feel super happy about this. But this is long-term investments into our infrastructure, into education, into, like basically every welfare program that we offer right now. Like this has been ultra fucking base for those that are the poorest among us.
So how can you advocate for Medicare for all and say ACA is a good program? I mean,
I'm not advocating for the Medicare. No, I'm not. I'm not advocating for the Medicare for all.
You just said it's a great Anyways, look,
it's something that people talk about.
Everything you said was wrong. Inflation Reduction Act is
it wasn't.
Horrible piece of legislation. Is going to increase enforcement on working class people. They're going to hire more.
Oh, you're doing the IRS fucking bullshit, the right wing propaganda. That's why people think you're a right winger.
Joke or something.
It's 87,000 fucking workers over 10 years. You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, man.
If I wanted to hear Tucker Carlson talking points, I'd just turn on Fox News, dude. What the hell?
True.
All right.
Let him finish.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so Sonsol, actually, your comment was really good because it'll help me transition into the next question, actually. So,
I'm having fun, guys.
You get your chance, Justin. You get your chance. My next question was, we're nearing 2 years into Biden's first term, right? Pretty much around the corner. My next question to you guys would be, do you regret whatever decision you made in 2020? Do you regret not voting? Do you regret voting for Biden? Do you regret voting third party? Do you regret voting for, the other one? Or any decision based on the legislation you've seen so far? The floor is yours.
I mean, I regret voting for Biden and thinking that
no regrets.
I've never been more proud of my vote, not voting for Biden or Trump.
I was more proud of my 2016 vote for Jill Stein, but
interesting. Rolling on.
Yeah.
So, could you care to explain? Because I'm surprised that you voted for Biden. Surprised to hear that.
I did, yeah. I mean, because I was on. I mean, I would actually watch Hassan, Walsh. I would even watch Sonsol, and I was on the progressive liberal train until Biden got into office, and then I made it very clear that they were never going to actually do anything that they said they would. And it's just been getting worse and worse. So I feel like I was duped, and now that's going to be the first and last time I vote for the Democrats.
Man, I don't know what you were expecting though. Like, presidential policies take like 2 or 3 years before you actually see the effect in the economy. You can't judge Biden by the last 2 years because, honestly, that's the Trump economy that you were living in. I can point to his trade wars with China over steel. I can point to Canadian lumber tariffs, and that was one of the big causes of inflation.
Having excuses to print money for all their fucking criminal friends. That's all it's about.
What?
They want to stay in power.
You just said print money, but Biden has reduced the deficit by like $1 trillion.
Fucking true.
It's not printing money and giving it to their criminal friends when they spend $50 billion on.
You just said print money, and Biden has reduced the deficit by $1 trillion.
Yes, it's all about paying off
the deficit or the debt.
It's a criminal enterprise.
Well, the debt's never going away.
It's still
People that
negative,
are always like the debt
matter.
don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Because the debt is basically the money that's in circulation. Can you guys please learn what you're talking about before having opinions?
Justin, I think you're the only one that doesn't know what you're talking about.
Hold on,
Hey, Justin,
you're almost right.
I'm 100% serious. I think Justin is the only one who doesn't know anything that he's talking about here. Every time I speak,
No, he's actually
Sansol
cited
comes
more
here and
numbers
says that
than you did.
Democrats have been the most progressive in the world.
That you didn't know about, like the fact that we've reduced our deficit by like a fuckload of money, right?
What does it matter when the military budget has been bubbled more than ever? The inflation has exploded more than ever. Gas prices are through the
Dude, that's called a moving the goalpost fallacy. Can you learn what you're talking about?
It's called your argument is shit fallacy.
No.
It's called you're
Budget's
strawmanning the shit out of it.
2,000, and you've improved it by 1,000. It's still negative 5,000, right?
No, hold on, really quick. No, like, what does that matter? So what you're
matters
doing,
a lot.
Sansol, how do you feel the reduction of the deficit? How do you feel that
God.
reduction of the deficit? How do you feel it? How do you feel it? Do you feel it in your the gas prices, in the milk, in the gallon of milk? How do you feel that deficit reduction? How do you feel it?
The
Can you explain?
deficit reduction, because okay, so like we're talking about like soccer, and then you're bringing in rules from baseball. That's
Your
like what
argument is flawed.
No, because you're
No,
talking,
you just committed a
bring about-
loaded
when you
question
talk about-
fallacy.
no,
Don't
holy
call
fucking
anybody's
shit.
argument
Oh
flawed,
my
you
God.
stupid fuck.
Okay, wait, hold on, Justin. Let me just like, get this out there.
Don't violate the laws of logic and then accuse other people of fucking committing fallacies, you stupid piece of shit.
When you talk about inflation and then you like bring up the deficit as like as proof of that, like
You're the one that brought
it. No, okay, I talked about I don't think I brought up the deficit. I think that was Justin.
I got a special organ that fills it.
So like, holy fuck. Let's start at the beginning. When we talk about like the things that Biden is doing right now,
I have really
inflation,
frustrated that
number
dude.
one is not on, like on our lawmakers. It's not on their doorstep. They didn't fucking start that shit, right? This is happening all over the world. If it was only happening in the United States, right, that would be one thing. But we're having this all over the world. So there's no policy that they can enact unilaterally that will get rid of all the inflation that we're experiencing right now.
No, you can't hang up on this panel,
Can't they
unfortunately.
do something like put like
Yeah, they have done some
do
stuff.
rationing or caps on stuff?
There's no
because they know
anything that would do.
Biden already came out and said that we're going to experience food shortages, you guys. I don't know if you know this.
No, that's
And if he's going to say that we're going to experience food shortages, we need to really figure some shit out. And
Do you know
it seems
why
like
that is?
nothing. It
Do you
seems
know
like
why that is?
nothing.
Because we have supply chain issues. That's what's driving.
So we
what have
still
they done to
need
fix
to
that?
ration it. It doesn't matter
no,
why.
Reduce the deficit?
rationing
Does that
isn't
help our supply
necessary.
chain?
Reduce
start
the
it, where's the
deficit
problem?
might help the supply chain, yes.
Rationing isn't
It might.
necessary. If you have all the money, you can get all the goods. If you have no money, you cannot get
I'm
shit.
sorry, Professor
It has nothing to
Q.
do with the money. It has
Society.
nothing to do with the money. It has to do with the fact that
Too
like,
busy
we
paying
have
off the criminal friend.
oh my god, like the supply chain shit isn't
Seriously.
a matter of we don't have enough money to get these supplies or like
It's
anything
not
like that.
yes, but people, whatever supplies we have left, right? There's going to be a certain amount left, and whatever's left, people are going to jack up the price and extort people from their money, and poor people will not
That's
be able
what
to get it. We
inflation
should
is,
have
yes. That's what inflation
yes,
is.
we should
yes,
have
but-
price caps, and we should also do rationing for people,
Or
like
we
they
could
did in
just do-
World War
or-
II. Come on.
No, because we're not in a World War II situation. No,
Are
something that
we not
can't-
in
hold
a
on, wait.
world war right now? Are you
No.
serious? Are you serious? We're not fighting a proxy war?
Wait, hold on.
Is that,
fuck
is
up.
that
One
what's
second. I
going
need to pick
on?
up my headphones.
Yeah,
Wait.
I just like there's so much bullshit for me
Wait,
to
no,
even.
I don't hear any bombs dropping outside, so I don't think that we're in a.
Yeah, that was good.
There
That
was
was
no
good.
bombs
I
dropping
don't
outside
understand
in
what
World
the
War
fuck
II
you're talking about.
either.
We're in a world war, okay? So like
That was
what
funny,
we
that
need
was
to do-
funny.
What we need to do
do is we need to go and we need to use the tools that actually fight inflation. What are the tools that actually fight inflation? Rising.
And this is why I don't do panels,
That'll fight
guys.
inflation. We've done that 2 or 3 times now. Our inflation rate has to. Wait, hold on, I'm almost done, I'm going to throw it.
But hey, this is a little fun for
They're
me.
responsible. They're responsible for everything. They're Washington, the world's most powerful entity. If there's a global problem,
Oh god, there's some stupid fuck in the chat over here talking about canceling Keystone Pipeline.
Holy fucking shit, you're blowing my
These-
fucking mind.
Not
There
far
are
from
things
it.
that we can do. There are things that we can.
Washington doesn't have to have all the power that they have and then not be responsible for global mistakes. No, it's their fault. And it's their fault because they don't give a fuck. It's a kleptocracy.
Does the United States control China? Does the United States control
Which
Russia?
of these problems are caused by China?
I mean, part of the supply chain issue is caused by China because they have the zero China or the zero COVID policy. Yeah, that's one reason.
Yeah, because they can't get along with China.
Or did
Wait,
China
hold on,
force
wait, what
America
is
to
that
invest
even-
in
what do you
China, or to put all their supply line or supply whatever?
I am not high enough for this
Getting along with
shit.
China.
I don't understand how you guys
Get high, man. Justin, get high.
I feel like we're talking about like 12 different things at once. What the fuck are you saying? What do you mean? Like, is it our fault that we put so much of our supply chain in China?
It's their fault that they suck at diplomacy. Yes.
No, this has nothing to do with diplomacy. This is a domestic policy.
When you're talking about international trade, diplomacy has nothing to do with international trade.
This isn't. No, this is China's domestic policy. Do you know what the zero COVID policy is?
I
don't. So why are we relying
so
on
the
China's
zero-
domestic policy? Who made
That
that
doesn't
choice?
absolve them of responsibility.
It's been 50 years of neoliberalism that brought you that.
Yeah, that's why I'm not voting for liberals anymore.
Washington's responsibility.
Well, guess what? China has a globalized economy too.
Do you know the difference between
Real on board
Never
with it real
mind.
fucking quick.
Never mind.
Okay,
Never
so,
mind.
Just clarifying a couple things.
Go for it.
I mean, it's worth mentioning that although inflation is not, by any means like a record high, it's significantly high, or it's increased significantly in the last 5 years. So for all intents and purposes for us, it's up in a manner that we notice it. Another thing to mention is COVID zero policy in China, whatever your thoughts are on it, does affect the supply chain. So that is something that we all have to acknowledge if we're being honest. Both of those things are just factual. Somebody online,
I'm not sure, Virtual
all the ruckus, just see with the, is that a parrot? I see it with the bird. So do you regret your decision, whatever it was, in the 2020 general election?
Yeah, this has been kind of a contentious panel, I've got to say. It's really hard to get a bead on a number of the folks that are here. I've kind of got a general line on where most folks are coming from in their political ideologies. Personally speaking, I did vote for Biden. I'm very happy that I voted for Biden. I've told many people in the past I am a real Republican from the good old-fashioned days. John McCain, oh my goodness, I wish we could have voted for him, but we got Trump, and so I voted for the only good Republican option we had, which was Joe Biden. And he did a great job. And I think that most folks out there
This guy's
most
smart.
of the people that are on the Democratic Party are relatively conservative. They like the way that America works. They like the fact that we're one of the world's most powerful nations. They like that our economy is extremely
I don't
strong.
think it would
They
cause
like
chaos,
that we
Warlord. I
have
think
a
me
greater,
taking Biden's side will
standard of
cause the
living
most
than most of
chaos.
the rest of the world, and they're trying to maintain that in the best way that they can without
I mean, so
stepping
far it's
all over
worked.
the civil liberties of everyone else around the world. And I think that Joe Biden has done a fantastic job of doing everything that he can. I understand the communists in the group wish that we were having a communist revolution, but we weren't voting like communism versus fascism, regardless of how much of the fact that the marketing was pitched that way. We were voting, do we keep America the way that it was, or do we go down this new direction with Donald Trump? And I'm pretty happy with the direction we went down.
Very interesting. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I feel like a lot of people have framed 2020 as the election in which we had to defeat fascism. And I feel like I've had that election 5 times in my fucking life now. So, I mean, I've fought fascism longer than the Allies did at this point. So
Doesn't mean that it's not true, though, either.
I mean, I really don't understand why do these people?
You don't understand a lot of things.
They act like they're listen, Justin. They act
What you don't understand can fill a fucking warehouse, dude.
All right, Justin, let him finish.
An Amazon distribution center.
All right, go
They
ahead.
act like they're socially liberals, right? And then they say, I'm so happy I voted for Biden. But what the hell did Biden do to you? Look, he took away your abortion even. Like, what the hell? Like, he didn't do nothing.
Biden did not take away abortion. If you think Biden took away abortion, just fucking cut this dude out. That's the dumbest thing.
Let me finish one word. You see how he interrupted?
It wasn't his party. The Federalist Society took away abortion.
This guy interrupts me every single time I speak.
You guys have been both doing it back and forth. I've been trying to be polite and not do it. Look, you see, you're doing it too. You guys all play the same game. It's okay. We can have that kind of a panel.
Well, I know what I'm talking about though. I have something worth saying.
Justin,
Okay,
somebody
well,
said you're so happy to vote the Democrat.
Dumb fuck, what?
What did he do for you? He took away your abortion. He increased.
He did not take away abortion. He did not take. That's the dumbest fucking thing. Do not say that. Seriously, this guy thinks he. Non-smoker, seriously, if he thinks Biden took away abortion, you have to admit that this dude does not. He's not educated enough.
In Discord, you can take advantage of that.
Yeah, you're right. I should be doing that. Huh? I just figured I'd yell and everybody would acknowledge me, thus making me feel like I had more control. But I got to use technology.
It's an illusion.
So, okay. I just want to say first and foremost that this is exactly the panel I wanted, and I want as much nastiness and vitriol as possible because that's what people watch for. But I do need the nastiness and vitriol to be spread out enough so that we can hear it. So Monera was kind of going off there. Justin, you were jumping in. I appreciate the back and forth between you guys, but maybe not too much overlapping so we can hear what you're saying. You know what I mean? But Justin, go ahead. It seemed like you had a lot of things to say during Monera's rant.
Saying that Biden took away Roe v. Wade is one of the dumbest statements I've ever heard and should disqualify anyone listening to him. Please kick him out because he has nothing to say that is worth anything.
No.
Wait, what is the filibuster?
Complete fucking dumbass.
You can't have me here, huh?
I'm not scared of you. You just are an idiot. So why would I waste my time?
Wait, hold on. I want him to answer this. What does the filibuster have to do with the?
So you're telling me that the Democrats can't get rid of the filibuster right now and
No. Tell me what the filibuster. Tell me what the filibuster has to do with Roe v. Wade.
The filibuster they get rid of the filibuster. They get to vote on it, and then if the Democrats, after getting rid of the filibuster, they still can't codify Roe v. Wade, then how the hell are you going to vote for Democrat ever?
Dude, even if they codified Roe v. Wade, which is just passing a law, the Supreme Court can still strike down that law. You have no clue how anything works, man. Like I feel sorry for you.
They only let us slip through their fingers so they can make it political football. They make everything.
And then he flexes. Oh my God! Look at this stupid
that
fuck.
It's the Democrats that made it a political football, or
they sure didn't fight for it. They slipped through their fingers. Oh no! Whoopsies. We dropped that one.
No, I agree with you. Like, this is something I'll agree with the far lefties on. I think the Democrats definitely, holy fucking shit, I can't speak, definitely should have tried to codify Roe v. Wade sooner. Now, there were some attempts to try and work towards that, but they didn't have the votes in the House or the Senate.
How do you try to work towards that?
How do you work towards it the same way that Republicans did? No, I can explain to you. It's the exact same way that the Republicans did for the past fucking 60 years, where they slowly built like power throughout all over the fucking government, throughout the court systems, throughout all over the fucking Senate, all over the fucking House, where they got people elected that were like staunchly against.
I am totally singing.
You get those people to where there's way more of them than there are people who are anti-abortion or pro-abortion rather, and then you get someone into office who is in the Supreme Court that will overturn it for you. Yeah, that's how you do it.
He knows I'm mocking.
Strategies, which it seems like no one here is willing to do. You guys said earlier, I don't know who it was, but someone said, why do we have to wait 50 years? Well, because Republicans do it, and they get everything.
Thank you, Teleportee, right? For being a freaking follower.
Because they spent 15 years, a 50-year concerted effort to get rid of women's right to choose. All right.
Okay,
if you guys want to get all the shit that you guys want, a sovereign wealth fund, you want fucking better welfare, you want free college, you want Medicare,
I have a question.
Put that 50-year effort in. But you guys
What's a higher priority? What's a higher priority? Abortion or eliminating
I don't have 50 years, neither does anyone else. I don't know any.
Eliminating poverty is a nebulous and vague concept that doesn't have any term. You need to come up with something specific, like maybe a universal basic income, and let's pick a specific amount.
Getting everyone properly fed, getting everyone clean water, getting everyone electricity.
So
ready to go on?
Free power, free food, free housing.
Paying for utilities?
Does
Just
not
making
everyone
sure that
deserve
people don't go
electricity?
without.
Not everyone
No,
deserves-
I agree.
Not everyone
I want
deserves
all of
clean
this
food. Does not everyone
but
deserve
how I would
clean
do
water?
it.
Not everyone deserves clean clothing.
I don't even know how I got
How do you exist in this world? On internet?
No, I agree.
I'm willing to like establish
back when I was a socialist, I was saying that like we should even make it to where internet access is something that the government should pay for. And I'm still like, I feel
Teleporting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry
Yeah,
you
no,
found.
there are a lot of countries that are
I'm
better
sorry you
than the
found
United States,
yourself
yes. But there are
here.
things that
I
we
do
can
scream
do
a
that
lot. I
emulates
scream a lot
those
of moon
countries that doesn't
stream.
involve,
I'm
like,
very
literally
animated.
just like throwing money and like pretending like we're so.
I'm Justin Freakin.
And we
I
could
do the
create a
news.
sovereign wealth fund that pays for all of these social programs, but nobody on this.
I like to get high and call people dumb fucks. It's probably my fault. Like I came in hot. I was calling somebody an idiot within like 5 minutes.
Everyone, like no one's actually paying for this. We're not taxing.
We can get Merlin to help.
World where we have money and things have to be paid for, because otherwise you just like pretend like things are coming out of fucking nowhere. We're not going to go.
Isn't that what like?
Hold on. We're not
Who
going to
paid
go
for
from a fully
quantitative easing?
capitalist world. We're not going to go from a fully capitalized.
Yes, usually I would tell you about how I want to piss in Dan
Right?
Crenshaw's open eye hole, but I don't have any of my
the
fun
only way that
toys
you could
tonight.
Pretend that we could just like not
Look, no
pay for
one-
something.
No one needs a fully communist or socialist world. We can work with halfway. The only thing is, I still don't understand how Democrats can say they're so happy for voting Democrat. What have
Because
you
the
seen? What
bill-
betterment have you seen? Let's go back to that discussion. What happened to your life? Bills are going up, rent is going up, inflation is going up. Why are you so happy you voted for Biden? Explain to me.
Actually, inflation's going down. Inflation's going
The
down.
rate of inflation is going down because of the policies.
These guys, after it hit
Remember, I said earlier that it takes about two.
Strangled you for a little while. I'm happy
Oh
we
shit!
took our hands off your
Gas
neck.
is already cheaper. I forgot. I didn't notice.
All right, quick fact. I referenced this before, guys.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
just
let someone else talk.
mentioning,
Which
just
one
so
you
we're
have?
not confused. Inflation has gone up in the last 5 years. Now, if it's going down currently, like within the last year, obviously that's Fed policy. There's
In the
a
last
number of
month.
reasons.
To be ultra
just-
clear, the inflation
month.
rate has been in the past, like since the beginning or since the end of Obama, we've had our target inflation has been under what we wanted, right? We want like 2 to 3%, and we've been in like the 1% to 1.5% range, right?
Well,
Which is under
teleport
what we
T.
want, right? So we actually
I got a degree in
after
political
COVID
philosophy, and I
happened,
can
that's when
tell
we
you
saw
that most of
this,
the people on this panel don't know what they're
record high
talking
fucking
about.
Inflation. It's only been in the last like 2.5 years.
Bird guy's cool.
Yeah,
Non-smoker's
all
cool.
I'm saying is
Sonsol's
there's
cool.
obviously a reason everybody's discussing
The
inflation.
girl's probably
because, again,
cool.
in the
She
last
just
5 years,
a little
you've seen
naive.
an overall uptrend. So you feel it in your wallet, and that's really why everybody's
This
talking
must be
about it.
nuts then.
Now, it's obvious to me and obvious to anybody who's like kind of informed that there's various reasons for that. You mentioned the supply chain. Obviously, we could talk about the war in Ukraine. There's a lot of reasons. It's not just Fed policy. There's different things that pressure the economy and the money supply and all that kind of stuff. So but let's all agree again, in the last 5 years, there's been an uptrend overall.
Yes.
Okay, and lately we've seen a downtrend. So moving on from that, I want to get into Trump. So I know that you guys all know the main topic is the Mar-a-Lago raid, but I really would like to start with January 6th because I think that's where a lot of I guess that's where the most interest is with Trump because to me all discussions around him seem to go back to that. And it's a really clear dividing line. People who think that was absolutely an insurrection in which he either led or sort of helped facilitate, or he was just
How is that
sort
even
of
a question?
a dumbass on the sidelines saying like, "Oh no, don't do it, I love you," and then they went and did it anyway. So, do you blame Trump? Okay, for facilitating or initiating or instigating the insurrection on January 6th? Or do you think he had zero culpability in the entire event?
I can start. I do not blame Trump. I think it's the will of the American people to protest.
Of course you don't.
And you see, you're. I mean, this kid.
There, go ahead.
You're embarrassing yourself, Justin. But anyways,
Yeah.
so I believe it was the will of the American people and it was embodied in physically in that riot. So we can call it a riot if you want because they did smash windows and stuff. But it did start as a protest. It did start as last time I saw the constitutional right for every American is to riot protest, not riot. So so I did agree how it started. I don't know how it ended. I don't know where the hell were the cops. But I just saw it as the will of the people coming together, physically getting embodied. That's it. I don't blame Trump.
It was nice to see people in the people's house, right?
What a fucking idiot.
The cops let them in.
Okay, you have to explain yourself. You can't just call me an idiot and then...
You can't. 8 million more people voted for Biden, and you're like, it's the will of the people. No, it was some spoiled assholes acting like fucking brats that should have been beaten by the cops, but some of the cops were in on it. The executive branch helped have them stand down. The Secret Service most certainly was in on it.
You're both wrong.
These are your lefties, boys.
Wasn't the will of the people for Gore, too? Hillary.
So here's the thing. When we look at January 6th, like the sad thing about January 6th is there were people that were lied to by Trump and his team for the previous 3 months, saying that the election was stolen. They genuinely thought that.
I don't care if they genuinely thought that. I don't care.
Okay. So here's my question to you, Justin. And I do not support January 6th. Just to be super clear, okay? Here's my question to you. If the election was stolen and all of our institutions had broken down, do you not think that it would be justified then to try and take our government back from the people that were trying to steal it?
Sure, but there has to be fucking evidence.
Exactly. That is the difference, right? So we need actual proof that it actually happened, right? They didn't have that, which is why it's an unjustified thing, right? But
not only did they not have that, they were laughed out of every courtroom.
Yes, but they that's what's sad about what happened to some of the people at January 6th, right? They were so effectively lied to, right, that they thought that they were saving America, but they're
stupid.
Ended up they're
stupidity is not an excuse.
Fucking stupid.
I don't know. Do you call the Sri Lankan
I'm not trying to
protesters?
excuse them. I'm just
the Sri Lankan protesters. Do you call them stupid? The ones that
no, that's a false equivalency.
6th right
you
now.
are very fond of logical fallacies, you stupid fuck.
When the government fails the people, you have to get ready for the repercussions. I mean, I don't know why you're acting like this.
Well, the government didn't do anything to the people. The government didn't do anything to the people, unless you're going to say that Trump was the entire government and he lied to people and made them feel like they had to do an insurrection against the United States. In which case, yes, the government did do it, but it was only
the people on January 6th were going against the will of the people. They were going against the will of the people.
They were, but they thought that again, based on.
I don't give a shit what they thought. They're stupid.
I mean,
So I've got a bunch of progressives on this panel that think because 10% of the people want a thing, they can enact a radical change to the government. And they have we'll say 30% of the people in the United States are morons that think Trump actually won the election. And that 30% actually honestly thought that. And they thought because they had 30% of the population, they could enact a radical change. It's very similar to the things that I'm hearing on this panel. Again, they were lied to. They were very effectively lied to the point where they believed it the same way that they believed that Jesus Christ is their Lord and Savior, and they believed that they needed to go and do this because Donald Trump lied to them, and they believe that he speaks the truth.
The truth is
because they're stupid.
The truth is, it was the other side that lied to them. The Biden side that told them they're going to get Medicare for all and they're going to get stuff.
You're an idiot. You're a fucking. Somebody shut him up.
Tell me, can someone show me where Biden said that we're going to get you Medicare for all? Man, I would love to see
well,
that
the progressives said we're going to push him left, and that never happened, anyways. But
except for the fact that he's passed the most progressive policy.
The lie I'm talking about is the Russia gate. That's the lie I'm talking
about. Ho! Great! Love it. Specifically, what was RussiaGate? When you say RussiaGate, what the fuck are you talking about? Please tell me.
So I'm talking about the Russian collusion that in the end never got Trump indicted in anything ever. And so that's
but over 100
the government is lying to them.
Over 100 campaign connections to Russia in the Mueller report. 11 counts of obstruction that they detailed in the Mueller report. The reason they didn't indict him is because of a long-standing policy with the DOJ to not indict a sitting president. So the Mueller report literally says he's guilty as fuck, and that they didn't indict him because he's the sitting president and it would be political. You do not know what you're talking about. You're an idiot, and no one should ever listen to what you have to say.
What I'm saying is that the people.
What you are saying is complete nonsense. You are ill-informed in every way.
Told about RussiaGate, they don't trust.
No! Shut up, RussiaGate. RussiaGate. What you're saying is RussiaGate isn't actually a thing. Russiagate, this conspiracy against Trump called Russiagate doesn't exist. It's a made-up right-wing thing. All of the details are in the Mueller report and in the 5th volume of the Senate Intelligence Committee report, which was a Republican panel that you've never fucking read, that 100% paints Trump as a criminal. Sir, you don't know what you're talking about. I just explained the long-standing DOJ policy. You know nothing about politics, and no one should ever listen to you.
Man, take off your glasses, man. You're a pussy. You're a liar. You're scared. You're lying.
I am not a liar. Look up everything I fucking said. Look up the 5th volume of the Senate Intelligence Committee report. What am I lying about?
Didn't feel like indicting Trump for fucking.
I just told you why they didn't.
Because Robert Mueller doesn't have the power to indict him. Bill Barr was the one that was responsible for doing it. That individual was appointed by Donald Trump, and he chose not to indict the person that hired.
After 2 years of Biden.
And they cited a long-standing DOJ policy to not indict. So your evidence that collusion didn't. First of all, collusion wasn't a thing. The actual criminal charge is conspiracy. Because you're just a fucking idiot, dude.
Listen to this. I'm going to show you how hypocrite you are.
I am so tired of it. I wish you could feel embarrassment.
Is Biden colluding with Ukraine because of the Hunter?
Oh my God! Now here we're moving the goalposts again.
Okay,
and you know nothing about. Hold on. You know nothing about Ukraine.
It would be a
You know nothing about Ukraine. The story about Hunter Biden and you.
Take over the panel. Russia, Ukraine. Russia, Ukraine. Russia, Ukraine.
Hold on. Let me explain Ukraine now, because dumb fuck over here wants to talk about something he doesn't know about.
Just so we're sure, are we talking about like the war in Ukraine, or are we talking about Burisma?
No, I'm talking about Hunter Biden. Actually, yeah, the Burisma.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm all Ukraine.
I know so I can follow along.
Okay. Okay. Let's.
Can I explain Ukraine now?
No. No, let's not go into Ukraine. Okay, so I think it's fair to say that Justin, Sonsol, and somebody online believe Trump is at least somewhat culpable, if not fully responsible.
Oh, that's not a belief. That's just a fact. That's a fact of the matter.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, so some people are very confident in their positions. I wouldn't say anybody here is not confident in their position. That doesn't seem to be the problem here.
That is a problem. That this dude right here is confident in his position when he's a complete fucking idiot.
Okay, so the lack, there is no lack of confidence, I guess is what I mean. Which is great. Makes for a good panel. So moving on to the next topic, and this is a very spicy one that I feel particularly strongly about. But again, this is
I'll give you that, Merkin.
Merely facilitating.
When he does interject himself, he's been.
Do
he's
you
been good.
consider Trump a fascist?
I would say that Trump, if he didn't have the institutions that we have holding him back, he would probably be a fascist. But I don't think that he's smart enough to be a fascist in the way that.
That's what I was gonna say. Trump's too stupid to be a fascist.
Yeah, like that's the only problem. Like after reading what fascism is and like reading fascist literature to like not be that dumb fuck that calls everyone that he disagrees with a fascist. Yeah, there's a lot of overlap there, but like you could call him a proto-fascist. I don't know if you could directly call him a fascist. He doesn't have that like underlying philosophical grounding where it's like, action for action's sake.
Do we want to take a moment to like define fascism so we all have like an operating definition? Because my understanding of fascism is the merger of like state and corporate power. Yes. So
that was Mussolini's definition.
Yeah, it's like when the FBI talks to Mark Zuckerberg, tells him, "Hey, can you go ahead censor?"
Oh my God, you're stupid! Exactly. Fuck, you're stupid, dude! Holy shit!
I give a quick
can you please get him out of here? He has nothing to fucking add to this conversation.
Please, Justin, please. I've never been happier in my entire life. Okay. Okay, really quick. So fascism is basically a political philosophy. It doesn't really speak to like an exact economic or like political organization, but it's defined by its complete rejection of both socialism and liberalism, where they will do anything that is good for the state, everything within the state, nothing without the state, and it is it is basically like a somewhere.
So
between
we're
a
not
blood
talking
flow
about
of
the
Nazism
femboy
and
streamer that I have a crush on.
corporatization of
We're
what the
talking
state
about some
is.
Man,
type of
don't answer a question about definition with another definition called Nazi.
So okay, so Sansol, do you agree it's the merger of state and corporate power?
Okay, just making
That's
sure,
a little bit
Mergen.
too dumbed down for me because state and corporate power is really, really vague. Whereas, like,
Okay, but if we spend half an hour explaining it,
What about
Yeah,
the
I know,
monopolies?
like,
Monopolies
I think we can-
and state.
we
No,
do.
Communism has a merger of state and corporate power as well,
Yeah.
as do most
What?
liberal
That's why I
societies.
Right, so a
What?
fascist would be someone who facilitates the merger of state and corporate power. Would that make sense?
would you call the Soviet Union fascist?
I don't know.
Why?
Oh,
God, somebody answer that.
based off
No,
of that,
obviously no.
yeah, no, it's obviously not a fascist state. Like, if you know anything about fascism, it's basically a way to like totally connect everything within the nation to the nation's identity. Right? There is a way to do this without the racial component, which is what fascist Italy.
I think
did,
Bird
or
Dude
you can
said
do this
he
with a racial
just
component,
came
which is
over
what
to
Germany
Twitch.
did, right?
My
This
understanding,
is probably like one of his
my
first
understanding of
panels or
fascism
everything.
is the government
I think he was on YouTube.
single-handedly changing the corporate climate of monopolies. That's my understanding of fascism. The state being able to single-handedly change the climate, the corporate climate of a monopoly.
What?
Guess what? That Teddy Roosevelt is a fucking fascist then because he broke up monopolies and changed their corporate fucking environment. What are you talking about?
Well,
Have you ever taken a class like in anything?
no,
Like
listen, listen.
even basket
I wanna
weaving,
hear-
dude.
I
You
wanna
guys
hear
don't believe
more.
in the thing is you don't believe in social media monopolies. That's the thing.
My thing is I don't believe
Wait,
you know what
hold
you're
on.
talking
No, I
about.
believe- No, like I believe that there are monopolies, right? Like that's something that can happen, right? But I don't think that we have one right now that can be taken down by our antitrust laws.
So
because
when the state,
the difference between what a monopoly
Well, good on him. I should probably be
is
listening
they
more
build,
instead of just like chiming in and calling
vertically
people
up, but
idiots.
That's not what monopolies that we're
so
seeing
how
right
does
now. We're
fascism
seeing that-
happen?
How does
Yeah,
fascism
thank you,
happen?
Senso.
Usually,
So,
it's
no,
like-
no. I'm gonna tell you how fascism happens. This is
Oh,
how
I thought it was
fascism
a
happens.
question.
The
Sorry,
state
go ahead.
comes because the monopoly wants to stay a monopoly, wants to be denationalized, it wants to keep private. It's gonna,
Which monopoly
the state,
was it
the
that
state
tried
is
to
gonna
take over
pressure
Nazi
the
Germany?
monopoly. The state's gonna pressure the monopoly. It's gonna tell them you're gonna get nationalized, or you're gonna do what we want. You're gonna change your culture. So if the company changes its culture, that's fascism to me.
What Soviet?
Because they're broken up the other way, in another way.
Oh, sorry.
What about
How
the
did I
Soviet
fucking?
Union that
How do I go
nationalized
back to
literally
just the
everything? They took
panel?
every single corporation, every single firm, and put them under the state's rule.
Okay,
I
but
fucked
that's-
everything up.
that's
How do I get
changing
back to the
economic,
panel?
You're not still in capitalism with no social networks and nothing, and then nationalizing the.
There we go.
You know, the corporate.
Fascism when Facebook?
No, fascism. What?
Because you
What
keep
did
on
you
bringing
say?
up social media. Like I don't understand what you mean.
No, I didn't even bring up social media. I didn't even bring up.
He has multiple times. He's mad that he's been banned on
I
social
said-
media.
I said if
He
if-
got made fun of and he called somebody a
capitalism-
racist name and he
If
got banned
capitalism-
and he's still butthurt about it.
Hold on,
If
I want to hear the rest
capitalism-
of this.
No, he didn't, Justin.
if capitalism stays look, you're not gonna change
said that?
you're not gonna come to a company and say I'm gonna nationalize you and I'm gonna nationalize all the companies in this you're not gonna nationalize all the monopolies in this country without changing the economy from capitalism to communism. So that's not fascism. That you can't it's when you keep that same system and you force these companies and they're forced to either survive or explode and die out. When you denationalize them, you actually give them an opportunity to still live. But fascism, you just dislocate the whole company and break it apart, and then they can't eat. I mean, how
Do
are
you
they
think
gonna
that the
eat?
United States is a fascist nation? Because we've like told different companies to like break up because they've become monopolistic, and so we had to break up their companies.
No. Like the thing is, that's not happening anymore. You used to be able to do that, and it used to be a law that protected America from doing that, or like the American government from doing that. But now there is
Again,
no law.
that's why I pointed out
What?
we do have laws that are there. But
I have
the
no
problem
idea,
is
Virtual Wrong. I
monopolies
can't
in the
keep up.
traditional sense, they buy out all of a single.
This dude right
all
here,
of
this
like
dude
a
right
very
here,
specific
total
area
fucking idiot.
in the economy, right? So
Complete
like you
fucking
can look
idiot.
at like the Bell phone company,
He
right?
knows I'm
Everybody was
mocking him
on
too. That's
Bell.
what I love
But then
about it.
once they figured out that that was like a monopoly,
I've been like so under his skin.
whereas like now we have different different social media companies. They have video streaming services, and then they have social media services, and then they have, you know, bookstores, and they have, like, you know, online shopping spaces. They're very, very large corporations, but they're not monopolies in the traditional sense, which is why we probably do need to.
Sanso usually is playing video games, I do
some
believe.
sort of legislation to try and break up these super, super huge corporations. I don't disagree with you, but these.
I'm talking to you guys when I'm not talking to them.
You know what? You know what?
Ooh, cat ass.
You're right. This is the thing. We assume
Cat ass.
We assume that a government is elected officials. That's my thing. I'm assuming that the government that's making the decisions, the elected officials, where we have CIA, we have FBI.
I'd rather talk about the cat ass.
Unelected officials, you know, government employees that are making these decisions. It's not actual elected officials that we can kind of manipulate their decisions.
Not the CIA.
I'm sorry?
This would be. I'm sorry. Did I say FEC? Holy fucking shit. Great. Holy
FBI?
shit. I said that. No, it's not the. It's not a law enforcement.
Can we talk about the kitty?
No, the
FCC.
FCC. Jesus Christ! I said the wrong thing, and then it completely blew my fucking brain out. Yeah, this isn't going to be the CIA or the FBI enforcing these laws. That wouldn't be at all. It would be the FCC.
Well, the thing
A
is,
different branch of the government.
The thing is, the
Yeah,
FBI.
but it's not what he's saying. The CIA or the FBI.
Well, the FBI is
Oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about?
Straight
Or what a
directly
funk
speaking to Mark Zuckerberg and CEOs. The
So
FBI
this
is
is-
speaking with them directly.
Very good, very good. All right.
Yeah,
Somebody online.
talk to the president directly. Does that mean that the FBI controls the president? Like,
All right.
I mean, when you're sitting in an official capacity.
If you gentlemen will excuse me for just a quick moment, if you don't mind. I'm reading here, fascism, a government system led by a dictator having complete power, forcibly suppressing opposition and criticism through the direct control of media, regimenting all industry, commerce, and emphasizing an aggressive nationalism and often racism, enforcing a social hierarchy. So this is a relatively common definition of fascism as a whole. I feel like we fell into some sort of a hole where we were like...
Sounds like the Republican Party platform.
Fascism is a relatively straightforward thing. We can get a little bit broader than that if we want to, but I don't know if Trump was necessarily pushing for a nationalized system with absolute control, but I will go for an expansion.
Well, he tried to make himself a dictator.
I will give you that. He tried to go for like a nationalist dictatorship sort of a role. He tried to establish a dynasty, which isn't that unsimilar to things
He wanted
that,
to punish the
Bushes
media.
have done or the Clintons have done in the past, things like that.
I don't
All right,
disagree
very good.
with
So,
like the definition. It's just that like you could put like a lot of just hardcore authoritarian nations under that definition that we wouldn't consider fascist, right? Like we wouldn't consider
agree with
North
that.
Korea fascist, right? We wouldn't consider China
Right.
necessarily fascist, but like
Right.
they fit almost every single one of those bullet points, which is why there's like a philosophical underpinning to fascism, which is why I'm so, you know, amorphous with the definition.
Cool.
It's
Look,
difficult.
so somebody online, I'm glad you mentioned that because I did want to kind of interject first to say that it sounds like you guys are stumbling over defining corporatism, which is an aspect of fascism. And it is actually something that is much like fascism, kind of hard to like accurately define. I feel like I'm glad Roland Ra actually asked that question because I love these discussions because having done, you know, participated in some direct scholar, I don't know, I have a fucking master's in history and I teach history. So I feel like I know history, I know these big broad terms fairly well. And I actually think fascism is probably the least understood political system. And so it's important that we talk about this. We try to get a working definition, but it's really hard. We could be here all night and not arrive at that. But if we're just going back to was Trump, it sounds like even you guys who don't like Trump, it doesn't seem many of you are willing to go full out, yeah, he's definitely a fascist. So we could
Well, he's
just
too
leave it at
stupid
that.
to be a
Nobody
fascist.
thinks that. Now, moving on to the next thing. I guess I'll just jump right
Oh,
into
I
it.
wasn't muted still,
Was the
wasn't I?
raid on Mar-a-Lago justified?
No,
Absolutely.
Who said no?
I did. No.
Okay, Roland Ra, go ahead.
Oh yeah,
I feel
you
like, look,
guys are
if we're
watching
going
this,
to be
aren't you?
using the FBI to investigate former politicians, it'd be one thing if we
checking my messages
the FBI
over
was
here.
investigating like associates of Epstein, like the Clintons, Trump, Gateses, but That's not what it's about. It's about politics. They don't like Trump. They see Trump as a threat to their established order, so they want to tear him down.
Well, how do you know?
Well, I mean,
there's
he
something
is
about
a
the
criminal.
Epstein trials in there.
Then what was the raid about? Was it about like him colluding with Russia? Is that what we're convinced of?
No. So like,
I kind of wonder why they waited so long. You know?
Oh,
trying
once
to-
again, this is back to somebody saying, "I wonder why they waited so long." Doesn't actually know what they're talking about. Then the National Archives realized what was going.
Isn't he a criminal? Right? You just said he's criminal.
Hold on.
Like,
The National Archives identified the
working
missing
with the
files
Trump team.
May of last year. This is when this started. So you're acting like
Okay,
it
like,
took
so a
2
whole
years
year?
or a year and a half, and it didn't.
So
And
that was
like
a year
they,
ago?
years is still a long time, right?
No,
We know they're all
but they've been communicating with the Trump lawyers.
Long.
Let's not act like
Yeah.
they're not all criminals.
Hold on, really quick. So she actually brought up a really good point. Like this has been a long time in the making. Like, why did they not like move on until now? Because of the implications of raiding a former president's house, right? They've been trying to go through every other avenue that they could to try and get these documents back, right? We even had a subpoena back in June, right? They had been like contacting him for a long time about this because it is unprecedented.
It's not a good
absolutely
question.
Just like I don't think it's literally ever happened in U.S. history that that any law enforcement has raided a former president's house for something that they took from the White House.
Carrie.
Sorry. Well, I mean, I thought that. Sorry, my cat's messing with stuff here.
But now apparently they referred this over to the DOJ
hold on.
around February of this year.
Hold
Really
on.
quick, let her talk. She hasn't been able to go into
I wasn't like trying to argue about it, but I just feel like I don't think that they should do that unless they're going to do it to all of them. I do think he should be investigated. I believe all of them should be, though. That's the thing.
The fuck does that
all
mean?
of
That
them
doesn't just
reason.
When
get
are we
all
sending
of them.
George
That
Bush
doesn't
to
do
The
us
Hague?
any good.
That does a lot of good, I think.
So what does it just do good? Just to
Fucking send George Bush to The Hague. I don't care. I was saying that in 2003, 2004. I was there on the front fucking lines. Welcome to the fucking party,
The
dude.
problem is that it's not happening.
No, the problem that we have is that you have to have an actual reason to investigate someone, right? So like,
but they can always make
but
up
we can point towards exactly what it is that they're claiming this entire raid was over, right? There are specific documents that they've been asking for. They've been trying to go through like all the legal processes to get, right? Whereas like unless you can point out a crime specifically that some other president or some other elected official has committed outside of office that they haven't been taken to task for.
Well,
like,
I actually.
Once again, I apologize. I should have done the news tonight,
All I
guys.
remember clearly is that when
I've made you all dumber for
find any
this.
boxes, they kept talking about January 6th, January 6th. Now it's all completely different. It has nothing to do with the January 6th. That's
because
why
the
they're
January
raiding him.
6th commission like has concluded for now. Yeah.
Taking a break.
Well,
But I
You
think
don't know what you're talking about.
Set
the FBI
schedule.
instrument the state uses to defend itself, and it views Trump as a threat, so they raided him because he's not willing to play ball with Washington the way it's
Who's this nefarious they? My
No, wait,
God!
I have a question.
And to be honest with you, Sensol, we read the search warrant. There was nothing specific really about it, talking about we're
The
in there just
search
to go
warrant
grab the
isn't going to
boxes.
have the search warrant isn't going to explicitly name every single like what is contained in every single classified document because they're classified, right?
What I'm saying, this
I don't know that Biden had any
convenient for you guys. You kept
idea
moving
what was
the
going
goalposts.
on. I
It
think it was
started with Russian collusion,
compartmentalized.
then it went
But
to
yeah, the
agenda.
Biden
Hold on,
admin did
I
their
would-
best not to
Then
send
the
anybody to
boxes,
Mar-a-Lago.
espionage
Issue
act.
right now, and I wanted to ask Roland Raw that
What?
like you said something just a second ago, and this guy keeps on interrupting. I almost lost it. You said something to the effect of like this is like he's saying it's kind of convenient that January 6th like went away. You realize that like the January 6th commission had a set schedule, right? And that they had these documents that they had been asking for since before the January 6th commission.
No, he
started,
doesn't.
right?
He doesn't know shit about fuck.
Well, let him answer. Let him speak for himself.
Look, my view of the FBI in Washington is they can destroy anyone they want for any reason they want. They can always make up bullshit to investigate them.
You saying that is useless to anybody, dude.
No,
like,
it's not even that's useless. It's that you would have to like prove because like the FBI.
You can't. They classify everything.
No, the FBI tried to like also investigated some of the election fraud stuff that Trump was pointing out. Right? They helped investigate that shit, but they couldn't find anything. Even the Trump appointed judges couldn't do anything. So if you're going to say that the entire system is rigged for the powerful, then why didn't the system get rigged in Trump's favor during that?
Because Trump is an enemy.
If I could just
let me explain to you my perception of the FBI.
Trump is antagonistic.
The FBI is a weapon of the state it uses to attack anyone that challenges its power, and it viewed Trump as a challenge to their power, so they made up some bullshit.
He appointed the.
Why is this so? Why are you so trusting?
That's not true. That's not
power?
true.
Ho.
The person that is in charge of the FBI was appointed by Trump.
Yeah, you really trust the FBI?
Can I have the talking baton for just a second? Can I say something? I've spent 20 years in the media. I've met Mitch McConnell. I've met several representatives. The people that work in government are just like you and I. There's no nefarious monolith. There's no. Shut the fuck up, dude. There's no nefarious monolith that's trying to hold you down.
You act like a fucking child.
What?
Act like an adult.
Why don't you act like an adult, live in the real fucking world? I'm trying to explain how things work, and you're too stupid to understand it.
Justin, what was your media background, just so we know?
I have a very low tolerance for bullshit. I was news director of 11 radio stations and a writer for 4 different newspapers.
Wow, that's really cool.
All right, cool. So, okay, I feel like, once again, we went all over the place, but that's all right. So if we could just be a little bit more
concise.
But I hate this idea that there's some nefarious cabal that's trying to rule over people, and they're a monolith. Because, like, you're talking about the FBI. There were a pro-Trump faction inside the FBI. There was an anti-Trump faction. And when the Peter Strzok fucking text came out, that was one of the things with some of the other texts that were released, showed how fucking pro-Trump several members of the FBI were. So acting like they're a monolith does us no good. They're just people like you and I, dude.
Bro, no one's speaking about censorship, man. Sorry, what were you talking about? Fuck this fucking guy, bro.
What?
Schlatsky, your take here, because I haven't heard a lot from you.
Yeah, what's your take on the FBI, Schlatsky? Can we trust them? Are they looking out for our best interests?
It's not about trusting them. Those are loaded questions. Can we trust the FBI?
Yeah, let's
loaded questions really fucking annoy me.
Justin, I hear you. I just want to hear Schlatsky. Go ahead.
Would you trust a corrupt organization to investigate corruption? Like, should the mafia investigate?
Loaded fucking question.
Any crimes?
I think it's
every argument.
Shotsky, let me ask you this: Do you have like evidence that the FBI is corrupt in the way that they investigate things?
No.
I guess, yeah, you got me. Not off the top of my head, no. But
no one remembers the FBI rating.
Like, I would be
that's
able.
my feeling
I
on
could. Right, but like that's the thing. I would change my position to exactly you guys' position if there was like evidence of any of this, right? But like the FBI is a huge organization, and like at some point, someone would be able to come forward. Someone would have come forward at some point and given some information that shows that they like.
I mean, Ed Snowden came forward.
I feel like somebody is getting ready to do a puppet show, and I'm here for it. I'd rather watch that than this panel.
Their lives are ruined.
Wait, hold on. What was?
I mean, I get it. He's from the CIA. It's slightly different, but I just mean whistleblowing in general. It seems pretty hazardous to your health, right? Like,
but we've had
why
two
would we expect it to
whistleblowers
be
about
common?
like the CIA and about the military and shit like that, right? Over the past, we had Chelsea Manning, we had Edward Snowden, we had.
Did the
fucking
FBI not
WikiLeaks.
assassinate Martin Luther King? Am I wrong about that?
I actually don't know if that like.
The FBI raided the Uhuru organization in Florida.
All right, yeah.
Is that legitimate?
And
Catalytic converter, watch out! Do not leave you laying around. Somebody might steal you.
What was the context?
But thank you for being a freaking follower.
Collusion.
Is that the Black Lives Matter guys?
Oh, what a danger!
I think Schlatsky is pointing to an overall trend of corrupt practices.
Okay, yeah, but like you have to.
There is a shit ton of evidence that the
demonstrate that.
FBI
Like, that's my entire
harassed,
thing. I feel like
tried to
a
get
long
him
time
okay
ago-
to
well, I
kill
say a long time
himself.
ago. Last year,
There's
the year before
circumstantial
that, when I was a
evidence that
socialist, I would've been, like,
the
way more on you
FBI
guys' side and just, like,
assassinated
taking this for
MLK.
granted. But like
now,
every single time I've taken something
evidence,
like that for granted, I
evidence.
get made to look
Nah.
like a total fucking dumb fuck because someone will.
I'll agree with
will
you on
ask me
that.
for any kind of evidence, literally anything. And when I research it, I can't find evidence that the CIA or the FBI shows preference on who they're investigating or why they're investigating them or anything like that. That's the problem. There's like no evidence for it, right? And we've had tons and tons and tons and tons of shit that is really damaging to both the FBI and the CIA get declassified. So at a certain point, you have to wonder, like, okay, well, are we just like holding on to this belief because like in the past the FBI has done some like shitty things and like
I mean,
in the
I'm
past,
all
like,
for getting
40
rid of the
years, we haven't
FBI,
seen
the
anything,
CIA,
like,
the
extra
NSA.
bad come out. Like after the 50s and 60s, we
I'm all
haven't
for like
nearly as
defund the
much terrible
police.
shit
I'm
come
all
out of the
about
FBI or
it.
the CIA. So like we have to start like wondering like where
What
is
do you
the
mean? They're
evidence?
after Mike Pompeo said he's after
Oh, agreed, catalytic converter.
Assange. I mean, this is something scary.
As I said, it's circumstantial evidence that he may have.
Yeah, but
that
it's
the
something scary
FBI may have
that you're
committed.
actually trying to advocate the FBI is good or like CIA is good. They're actually created just to destroy socialist movement. The FBI and CIA is to coup countries. We know this. This is
Well, the
not,
FBI also
said we
catches
lied, we cheated, we
pedophiles, so
stole.
there are lots of.
Buddy, if you want to talk about
FBI
destroying
does.
socialist movements, they had a whole
They
fucking
do it
playbook, and you're doing
themselves.
exactly what El
I
Marinara
don't think the
is
FBI
doing
needs to
exactly
get in
what they
there.
described.
Yeah, I don't
Listen,
think that the FBI
you
needs
have a
to
mirror,
help the
right?
socialists destroy their own movements because they're really good at doing it themselves.
The thing is, to be honest with you, I think everybody here would agree that Justin embarrassed himself this year. I don't know why he's yelling and shouting so badly and
Really?
and he's gonna
Really?
say that I embarrassed.
I embarrassed myself.
And I think we have to bring this discussion back. We have to bring this discussion back to would this be okay to happen to Biden if this ever happened to Biden?
Good. Yeah. Correct.
Biden,
Ukrainian
if Biden
collusion.
did the exact same, if Biden did
No,
the exact
for
same
Ukrainian
thing-
collusion.
bro,
Ukrainian.
what the fuck
Oh,
does
I'm
that
gonna have to
mean?
explain Ukraine, aren't I?
Collusion.
Guys, investigating Biden for Ukrainian collusion is
It's such a fucking non-issue. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? This has been well documented from multiple different fucking sources, from people both in the Democrat and the Republican Party, people who have a fucking vested interest in investigating Biden and getting the fuck out. They don't have anything because there's nothing fucking there. All right, the worst that you have is a fucking laptop that Hunter Biden like misplaced, and then people got his
Idiot over here shaking
and
his
it made a
head.
whole bunch of
Oh, I'm
Republicans.
sorry.
And it made a whole
little
bunch
bit
of
more than
Republicans
dick pics.
suicidal. No. It made a whole bunch of Republicans
I wasn't
suicidal because
muted.
they realized that the dick was
worst I
smaller
have-
than Hunter Biden's. Okay,
the
it
worst
made
I
Hunter
have is
Biden look
Biden.
really fucking cool, and it made like everybody else just like look like
The
they're
worst I
grasping
have
at
is
straws.
Biden admitting that he influenced the firing of the prosecutor that was prosecuting his son. That's
Yeah,
That
he
wasn't
did.
even
He
on
was
the
the-
that's
laptop.
straight collusion.
I got
Can I please explain that? Because he doesn't know what he's talking about yet again.
Yeah, Justin, go ahead.
Bro, Justin, whoa! Are we gonna just let Justin lie nonstop in
Well,
this?
hold on. You made a claim, and he said
Justin has not lied a single time. Justin knows what he's talking about, and you are an idiot.
So
Verify me. Do not trust me about
January
anything.
6th,
Look
but-
up anything I say.
Go ahead, Justin. Go ahead,
Oh,
Justin.
okay. It's gotten very nasty. Somebody,
Raise your hand.
somebody online. I'd like to hear from you. Before,
I'm not going to get explain Ukraine.
Oh, hey,
Raise your hands. We're having fun.
wait a minute.
Raise your hand.
Hold on.
Fine.
Relax. All right, we'll get back to you. I promise. Somebody online. I haven't heard from you in. I don't know. It feels like a couple of minutes now. I want to know your take on this. Was the FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago justified?
Yeah, I think that this is entirely appropriate. I think that when Trump left the Oval Office, there was concerns that he was taking things with him that he wasn't authorized to take with him at the time. Shortly thereafter, I can't remember when exactly, sometime last year, there was a box or two or seven or 8 boxes that were turned back over to the Hall of Records or the presidential annex to keep track of everything. Not everything was turned over. That made a lot of demands, and I think that we're getting relatively close to an election, and I don't think that the FBI wants to be doing anything with potential political individuals anytime near an election. So they wanted to get the raid done early enough that they could separate it from the November elections. And they needed to make sure that they didn't run out of a time limit. They made demands of Trump, turn everything over. He signaled that he wasn't going to turn everything over. It results in a raid. These things happen.
First of all, it wasn't a raid. They were just serving a search warrant. That's not a raid.
Sure, yeah.
It's like Marjorie Taylor Greene saying she got swatted. No, it was just a welfare check. She didn't get swatted.
Interesting. Lots of talk about swatting lately. Hope it does not happen to me. Roland Rock, please go ahead.
Oh, if you're having fun, don't raise your hand. Okay, that's exactly what I thought.
Or if you're not listening.
I'm having fun.
That confuses me with the double negative. I'm having lots of fun, I'll say that. Minara, did you have something else to say?
Man, I just every time I just wish that Justin every time he calls me an idiot or something to actually back up the claim. Or can tell me one thing I was an idiot.
I have. I wish you'd stop being an idiot.
Tell me one thing I was an idiot about so I can destroy your shit.
Oh God, man, my stoner ass can't remember what the fuck I did 5 minutes ago. You can go back and watch the video. You've been wrong about everything. Ukraine. And they shared it in the chat, man. Let me explain Ukraine to you. So the reporter that said, the reporter that broke the whole story for the New York Times, he became a reporter for The Intercept, and he wrote a follow-up story after the right wing ran with this. See, the prosecutor that Biden was pressuring to get fired was actually corrupt, and putting in a new prosecutor would have resulted in a higher chance of Burisma being investigated. This is according to the reporter that broke the story.
Holy shit! You're okay with this? This is totally okay that a U.S. can influence another foreign country.
Wait a minute! Did you not just hear what I said? You got the story wrong. The reporter
all this shit from us. Yeah, go for it.
The reporter that wrote the story.
You're corrupt. You're corrupt. You look corrupt.
Dude.
The ugly ass.
Dude.
We're saying
the reporter that wrote the story says your version of events is wrong.
This is absolutely asinine.
You're absolutely fucking stupid.
I'm supposed to believe and anyways, even if
the reporter that broke the story, you wouldn't know anything about Burisma if it wasn't for this reporter. Sonsol, is that correct?
America influencing the justice, the justice system of another country. Are you insane?
Wait, hold on.
And somebody shared it out in the chat.
Hey guys, I'm insane.
Wait,
Justin, you look so bad.
What was the question?
Man, I really do feel sorry for you because you have looked like an absolute fucking moron, and you don't even realize it. But that's the issue with people like you. You're confident in your fucking ignorance.
Hold on, let the moderator talk.
Shh. Thank you. Okay, look. Nobody here is insane. This is an incredibly rational conversation.
I said I'm insane.
Okay.
No, it's not.
All right, so we're going to move on because, I just feel like it's time. I feel like we've really reached the end of our rope with that. Could I move to the next topic, which will be, and the final one of the evening, do you believe at this point that you're going to vote for Biden in 2024?
Yes. No. Based fucking Giga Chad, Dark Brandon, 2024. Let's fucking go. I fucking love every single one of his fucking policies that he's put forward. It's all been fucking based. It has helped the poorest people in this country, which is how I base all of my fucking political opinions on. How do we help the poorest in the fucking country? How do we bring people up to where they have an equality of opportunity? And god damn it, fucking based pro-union Biden has come through on fucking every single one of his promises thus far, except for the public option, which is a little bit of a difficult fucking thing to get through. So I'll give him a little bit of a pass on that, since he's passed so many fucking Giga Chad fucking things. The fucking lower the fucking inflation rate fucking bill, the fucking Build Back Better bill, the fucking what was the other, the infrastructure bill.
Okay, Sonsol stuck out my position.
So unbelievably based. I will give one vote. Shit, I might go vote a second time. I might vote a third time. I love this motherfucker. Goddamn.
Please don't, dude. Please don't.
Voter fraud? No, go ahead. Roland Rock.
Go for it.
What? No, absolutely not. I'm done playing their game. I'm done with Washington's bullshit election game, their sham. I'm done with the duopoly, and I'm gonna advocate that everyone else not vote for Republicans or Democrats ever again. If you do vote independent, third party. Just don't vote for them. They're not your friends. They don't care about you.
so basically, whoever is voting Democrat is voting for Joe Manchin. Basically, you're voting for Joe Manchin. This is the Joe Manchin.
I don't live in West Virginia, so I can't.
Better was for Joe Manchin.
It was not for Joe Manchin. He actually took the amount of money that was supposed to go into that bill and dropped
he gave
it.
him the pen. He gave him the pen for the Inflation
Yes, because Joe Manchin got that based ass fucking bill passed because he made concessions. He made concessions to the Democrats. That's what happens when you actually.
Yeah, I'm not going that.
No,
unless Sonsol's being
Joe Manchin got that
ironic.
pen, it's because they built a coalition with him.
That ain't nowhere near my position.
Looks like when you're able to.
I mean, I'll give Biden some props, but I don't
like fucking two. I guess like a year and a half.
I even joked about sucking Biden's dick.
Bringing every single bill down in the amount of money that you're trying to spend, and then you get that person to lead the charge and get fucking all the fucking centrist Dems over on it. Like, fuck yeah, like that's
great,
totally
Sansol.
fine.
I just want Democrats to stop saying that they're progressives and actually own up to that. You're a Joe Manchinist. You're a
They don't fucking say they're progressive, you asshole.
Stop saying you're progressive. Stop saying you're progressive.
No, but Joe Biden has never said he's progressive, you fucking idiot.
I have one final question. One final question for Mr. Al Manara. Okay? 1 second. I have one last question. Al Manara, how am I voting for Joe Manchin if I don't live in West Virginia? Go.
Well, you're voting for Joe Manchin because he is the controller. He is the nominator. He is the only one exercising his.
Wait, who is he nominating?
Electoral power.
Wait, who is he nominating?
He's the one that's controlling these must-pass bills. He's the one that allows.
Why
says
is
if
that?
they're going to pass or not, and they have to give him concessions. Why? Because Democrats have no bone.
No,
they're
it's
not
because they don't have
progressives.
enough
They're not
fucking
pushing.
senators. They don't have enough Democratic senators. No, they don't have enough Democratic senators. They have 50. There is a 50-50. Fucking split no, it literally does. Actually, it is actually like the entire reason why Joe Manchin has so much power in the Senate is because there is not a single other Democrat to spare.
I agree.
So because he is the most right. Because he is the most right-leaning senator.
Wait, Slutsky.
No, it makes him the most. Because the rest of them are
any
willing
Democrat
to
could decide to just
anything.
hold it up. It's just Joe Manchin is the one who
Yeah,
does.
because he's the most right-leaning one. Yes, so he is the one that has. He is the spoiler vote. Congratulations, you just figured out what the Senate is like.
Okay.
Yeah. I have something to say. Someone in my chat wants to say something to you. He says the CHIPS Act doesn't include. Someone in my chat says the CHIPS Act doesn't include PCBs or other parts you need to construct a computer, especially the motherboard. And he really wanted Sonsol to know that.
Okay, well, we're trying to get semiconductor production built up in the United States, which I think was either part of the Build Back Better plan or part of the Inflation Reduction Act. So it was one of those two. I can't remember which off the top of my head, but congratulations. Now the United States is going to be even more based.
So, Sansol, the argument that we need more Democrats just has no standing because I would have believed you if I saw any pressure campaign on any progressive that said he is a progressive, any pressure campaign in any way, I would have believed you. But I saw no pressure.
Except for all the pressure campaigns on Joe Manchin, where he got all that bad press.
I mean, where's Biden? Where's Biden? Isn't he?
He's literally fucking sitting there all the fucking time, telling Manchin to fucking come to the table.
No, Jayapal gave Biden an A before he even did anything with Joe Manchin. She actually loved Joe Manchin. She kept rising him up and telling him that I'm sure he's gonna get to a concession.
He's talking about Pramila Jayapal, but he has no fucking clue what he's talking
The
about.
progressives are not fighting at all for you. So I would have believed that one or two extra ones would have changed the fact of the matter. But I really believe that Joe Manchin took full authority of their ball sacks and grabbed them like I'm grabbing Justin Wall's ball sack right now.
Sexual assault, brother. What the fuck?
What is Justin?
Oh, fucking shit.
Wait,
yes, you have indeed been swinging for my balls this entire time, sir. How do they taste?
It's like that one.
Oof. The only thing he can reach from all the way down there. He's probably like 5'4", you know?
Oh!
Everybody's balls are.
I'm having fun teabagging him!
I think we can all
Justin, so Sonsol is entirely certain of his position in 2024. What about yourself?
I'm not so certain that Biden's the nominee. If Biden, no matter who is the nominee, I don't see myself not voting for a Democrat just because it's playing the long game. These kids, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Studied politics for years. They are naive. Maybe dude below me has gone into some cynicism, gone into often denialism. I don't fucking know. But if you guys are so upset with the Democrats, why the fuck are you even voicing your opinion? You go home, go build a third party. I'm all about it. I am totally cool with a third party. Please make it happen. I would love to have a third party to vote for. I would love to have a system that's more parliamentarian. I would love to have a country that where we can have ranked choice voting, where we can have a build coalitions to actually rule. But that's not the way we that's not how the system has been designed, and in order to change it, we have to take it over. We have to take over one of the parties. That's the only way there is. And the nut jobs took over the fucking Republican Party. I saw how they did it, and like I want to use that as a roadmap. If you're not in with it, fine, shut the fuck up. But go do some community action, do some groundwork, fucking put your money where your mouth is. Otherwise, just get out of my fucking face because you're ill-informed.
How about this?
Justin, are you familiar with Kashama Swant?
I have no clue. What was that, English?
Kashama Swant, she's a socialist.
Was that a person?
Council.
Okay,
I don't give a shit.
Okay,
yeah. You know what she said about the Democratic Party? She said the road for progressives.
I don't give a shit about people's opinions, you stupid fuck. I give a shit about data. I give a shit about action.
Can the third party people sell
people with
experience? Because this is what my opinion of third parties is. Right?
I have experience. I fell asleep during a Mitch McConnell speech because I've been doing meth all weekend. I have experience, sir.
Okay, this is my thing.
Okay, anyway, that was a little topic.
I agree with Justin that like it would be great if we could have a parliamentarian system where we had like coalition building and all that shit. You could vote for someone who was like most aligned with your policies, right? But like, here's my question. It feels like to me, going for third parties right now or trying to advocate for that as your like number one political issue is like putting a band-aid on someone who's been shot in the chest 15 times. It doesn't feel like it actually is going to achieve what you're trying to do. So
does voting for the person who shot them in the chest 15 times help?
Well,
no. And I'm totally down with third parties. Win city councils.
Yes, exactly. But
win school boards.
In my analogy right there, or in my metaphor, the person that got shot 15 times in the chest was the entire like governmental system of the United States. It feels like there's a lot more that we should like focus on before
Democrats,
we start focusing
Republicans. The same.
No, it's not. Okay, can you not
get involved locally and make a difference then?
Okay, so in the Republican Party, we can look at a couple of
Democrats.
No. When we look at the Republican Party, we can see a whole bunch of different, strain of thought. You can see the more libertarian people. You can see the like crazy QAnon people. You can see the people that are, moderate Republicans like Mitt Romney, right? When you look at the Democratic Party, we have the Progressive Caucus. We have the Congressional Black Caucus. We have all these different factions, even within the different parties, right? There are different factions within these things. We have a like pseudo multi-party system. It is pseudo though, and I agree with you. It would be better if we had multiple parties, right? But those third parties are non-viable because people, number one, they largely do agree with either the Republican Party or the Democratic Party. Although if you're like a libertarian, like conservative, you're kind of fucked. You don't really have much of an option on either of those, right? So like you kind of have to vote for whoever is the most aligned with the policies that you care about, right? So like that's the thing.
But third parties are viable on the local level.
How are they going to become viable by voting for their opposition?
Say it again.
By building coalitions at the local level. I keep telling you that. I keep telling you that.
Let me hear what he said.
If you vote for the opposition, how's a third party ever going to become viable?
Because you have to create a ground game, and instead of getting a ground game, instead the Green Party, the Libertarian Party, whatever the fucking Jimmy Dore Party is, right? This is exactly what the two parties I listed and the fucking Jimmy Dore Party is going to do, right? They go for the fucking president.
Grift.
And they like try and like they don't ever try and get like those those local seats. They don't ever try and get those Senate or those state level seats. They always go straight for like the national level. And you're never going to get that because the stakes are too high for any person that is left leaning or right leaning to ever vote for someone that is just going to be a spoiler vote. It's all about like the tactical voting. And most people in the United States understand that, right? Like you could just say like, oh, well, if we all just voted for a third party, well, yeah, we would eventually get someone. Well, yeah, that's great. Unless you're like willing to completely lose out on a congressional seat or a senatorial seat or, you know, a presidential, you know, like the office of the president, arguably the most powerful person.
3 Supreme Court seats.
3 Supreme Court seats. Yeah, like this is like
women lose bodily autonomy.
This is actually
Jimmy Dore fan. Like Jimmy Dore specifically said the Republicans would never get 3 Supreme Court picks. Specifically. And that's your savior. What a dumb fuck.
The Democrats believe that they can increase the number of Supreme Court justices before, and they won't subscribe to a third party. Can you believe that? That's how lunatic.
What a fucking non sequitur! Can you give me like a 1-to-1 through line?
Bro, you sound nihilistic as hell, bro. You
sound it's not nihilistic. It's
Do you know what nihilism means? God damn, you're stupid.
God, it's like someone printed out a more retarded version of infrared. What the fuck? Can you please explain to me how third parties get us a fucking Supreme Court justice?
The problem is you're acting like third parties won't work, and if they don't work, why the hell is there a forward?
No, I told you they can work. I just told you how they can work.
Federal seats? How many federal? No. Justin freaking shut up for 1 second. Tell me how many fucking federal seats does the Forward Party have?
Bro, what the hell are you talking about? Seats?
How many seats in Congress or the Senate?
I don't need to win. You think I want to win? I don't want to win. I want to be able to
okay, well, great. Thank you for admitting that. Holy shit, we could have skipped this entire conversation.
Biden was not the nominee. Do you think that changed the Democratic campaign at all? The fact that he wasn't the nominee?
Who did?
Biden did not make the nomination. He had no effect on the
what
campaign whatsoever?
He didn't make what nomination?
The Democratic nomination. It was Hillary.
What?
What you don't understand?
Or, sorry, not Biden. Bernie. Excuse me. Bernie didn't make the nomination.
But he didn't.
Right?
No, but that's what me and Justin are saying. Like, if you do it,
we have to support those people.
Wait, no, I agree. No, you're
even if we lose.
Right. No, you're 1,000,000% right.
Hey!
Doing it through a third party is not going to do that because the Democrats are not going to listen to the fucking Green Party, right? You have to do it from within the party because if
they need the people who are going to vote for the Green Party in order to win, then they will listen to them. They're not listening to them now.
No,
because you would like if they vote no matter who, they don't have to listen.
They will need them because the Republicans will take them.
You've defeated your own argument. You've defeated your own argument by pointing out someone who is successful doing the exact same fucking thing that me and Justin are saying that you need to do if you want to be successful. If you want to be successful, get some people that are more aligned with your values elected to the Democratic Party.
I don't have a spot in the I don't have room. There's no space for me in the Democratic Party. There is no space for me.
Then run for office yourself. Inshallah.
You are not a lefty.
Medicare for all. Totally into the United States fucking political system. Inshallah, brother, please, let's fucking do it. But you're not going to do that by just like praying that voting for a third party is going to somehow shift the opinions of the Democratic Party when they don't need the Green Party's votes to do that. What you do is you do what Bernie did. Bernie did it so
that's what we just saw, though.
He completely shifted. Bernie completely shifted
the
entire politics of the Democratic Party. They have become a more progressive party overall.
Sansol, you just gave up a great point. Thank you for that. You literally just made an amazing point that the Democrats are the one that steal the third party vote every single time because they know that they're going to lose without the third party vote. They know. That's why we saw that in North Carolina. They went up to the third party voters. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna lose if you vote third party. Please vote Democrat." See,
they fucked over the third party candidate, just like they fucked over Bernie, just like they fucked over everyone. They keep fucking over everyone. This is another reason.
Whoa. Once again, we're back to that nefarious they.
Instead of using that,
the DNC, they fuck over the progressive Democrats, but it doesn't matter. They all work together. Once you see it, and you can't unsee it. That's it.
We're back to that. This
last question.
Nebulous, nefarious they. Please stop.
How did the Democrats fuck over the Green Party?
Hold on. Justin, just to clarify, I think everybody here, when they say they, is referring to, the establishment in general, right? This whole notion.
Which is specifically who?
Well, hold on. Let me explain. Republicans and Democrats, long-serving members of Congress in both parties, people who've been in the political system for a long time, people who used to be in politics and now work as lobbyists, or they work in, some sort of political adjacent things, things like that. I think there's this sense in America, in fact, I would argue it's absolutely true, that there really is this idea of this, class of this political class that sort of just maintains control behind the scenes, while there's this illusion of choice that we all seem to think we have. That's what everybody means by this.
Thank you, Ben.
I don't subscribe to that.
The truth is, voting third party.
That sounds conspiratorial.
Is almost a guarantee that Republicans win. That's why Democrats hate that.
But once again, like I've been.
That's the power of the third party. You're gonna beg for me. You're gonna beg for my vote, and you won't get it. I'll actually.
God, you're an idiot.
You. Why? Because they're gonna give me what I want. Yeah, that's how the pressure works.
Yeah, because you're a Republican. That's okay.
We ain't
Come
never
and join me.
But as
Rhinos for life.
Stop playing their game.
Bro, Republicans are better. I mean, I don't see a
Join
difference
Trump.
between a Democrat
Rhinos
and a
for life.
Republican, to be honest.
The election process is their game. Stop playing it.
All the
but as somebody, what does that mean?
The other side
only
gets
difference
way
that
more.
They're the same party. It doesn't
the
matter.
only difference that exists is which party.
It does matter.
That's the one that matters. Which party can I pressure? That's the only thing I care about. Which party can I pressure? That's the one.
And it's the Democratic Party, so vote for the
disagree.
Democratic Party,
No,
you
you
stupid
can't pressure
fuck.
the Democratic Party. We already established that. You
But we did.
Except for
We
except for
did.
Bernie, which you already said that Bernie already fucking did do that, right? That's the entire thing. You're saying one thing that we agree with. Yeah, you should pressure the Democratic Party to be more in line with your values, right? But by voting third party, you're ceding that pressure. You're not voting for someone that's
I would
going to pressure
argue
the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party, the Democratic Party did not change its tune until someone from within went in there.
Parties did not get assigned. Bernie Sanders did not do anything except cheap herd more.
Hold on. Can I say something? Pause.
Wow, holy shit, you just, but you're saying that's your entire argument. You're saying your entire argument is to create pressure on the
My argument is the opposite.
Hold on, wait. No. You're saying, okay, tell me if I'm wrong. You're saying that the best way to get into power is to pressure the Democrats to change their policies by having a third party get a lot more.
I'm not being in the Democrats. I'm not running as
I'm almost done. Hey, wait, but you told me. Okay, so you.
Hey guys,
Hey, Bernie Sanders ran.
Let's let Sonsol finish and then Aaron.
$15 an hour minimum wage, Medicare for all, fucking make it populism in general on the Democratic side. These are all things that Bernie Sanders was able to do from within the Democratic Party.
I don't see them anywhere. I don't see them anywhere.
They actually care about anything.
It's part of the party's national platform.
Sensol, you just shot
Not
yourself in the
Medicare for all. Not Medicare for all.
Sensol, you just shot yourself in the foot. You just proved my point. If you do not run in the Democratic Party, that's the only way you can push them.
Okay, so
Bernie,
what policy?
Can I finish? I'll let you finish.
What policy did the Green Party do?
If Bernie Sanders ran in a third party and then forced the Democrats to change their policies, then we would have really seen a change in policies. And I can tell you then, wow, Bernie Sanders really did it. But I don't see any difference in policies. I see Joe Manchin's policies.
Except for all of the green energy programs, all of the green energy programs.
Those are all Joe Manchin's. Those are all Joe Manchin's stuff.
Is green energy Joe Manchin, Mr. West Virginia coal man? You're telling me that he is like super in favor of all of the green energy shit?
Oh, so you're gonna act like they didn't give him all the concessions he wanted for the climate deal?
No,
Are you gonna act like he didn't? They didn't.
They didn't give him all of the concessions he wanted.
Okay.
Politics is hard.
All right, Justin.
It's really confusing.
And obviously, this guy hasn't thought about it at all.
Wait, somebody online. I haven't heard from you in a while, so I definitely.
I'd really like to hear from Justin.
Yeah,
though.
Justin,
He is emphatic.
I know.
I do want to talk after that, though, if you don't mind.
Go, Justin, then somebody go.
Sonsol, your hair is beautiful.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Yours too, brother.
Was that it? I thought he was gonna say more.
He's too high.
What about Nikki's hair?
He's too high.
Nice.
So,
what about my hair?
I mean, Bernie is the Senate Budget Committee chairman and has gotten a shit ton done. And like, to be honest with you,
he did nothing.
I don't.
Dude, do you watch fucking committee hearings and shit?
Affect you doesn't mean that it doesn't like massively.
Bro, he's angry about the Inflation Reduction Act after he voted for it. Shit, give me a fucking break. Get out of here.
He's angry he couldn't get more, but that's because he's awesome.
You guys are being very unserious. I mean, if I was in your politics, I would never get anything done. And for 50 years, for real, yeah, you're right. You guys weren't joking about that 50-year number. I thought you were joking.
You are one of the dumbest people I've ever encountered in my life.
I mean, at least I know where somebody has been down.
Okay, hold on. Almanara, like, I do have to say, like, I understand where you're trying to go. You're trying to say, hey, if we like vote for third party, we get a couple of like third party candidates, or
Curiouser, good evening.
Election by taking 10%.
How are you?
Candidate will make it so that the Democratic candidate loses, and then a Democrat will have.
You like the setup here? I can talk to you guys when I want to. I can go back to the panel.
I also know that you secretly just want the Republicans in power because that's going to further your own personal goals, and that's okay too. Like, you can have your own. Hey, no, hold on. You're allowed to have your own personal.
Yeah, let Buddy talk. Buddy's cool.
The issue is that you have to lose.
I will say, Buddy won this panel.
In order to try to enact the change that you're trying to enact. Like, if we look at AOC, for example.
I'm not an ideologue.
If we look at AOC, for example,
he says he's not an ideologue
within the Democratic Party.
Sonso's laughing at him.
Policies to the left. The reason that we've seen the Senate handle the way that it has is because we've got a 50-50
that's cool.
split.
No training.
And so we've got the most conservative Democrat in the
See,
group.
like my interaction with Sonso has been totally cool. As I
These are the
said,
things that I need.
I heard that there was
the freaking Republicans. If we had
some unpleasantness with Sonso. I don't know what that is.
Republicans also.
I'm not that familiar with him, but every interaction that I've had with him, he's been super cool.
Because we already had enough votes, and you're trying to get policies that are similar. Like, no, you're going to lose votes by trying to enact your policies.
Why are we assuming that if you don't vote, you're like secretly supporting the Republicans? I don't.
You have totally missed out on, like, I called that dude an idiot within like 5 minutes.
I wouldn't say that you.
Maybe even 2 minutes.
I would just say that it's like
it's like the first thing out of his mouth was fucking stupid. I was like, you're an idiot.
I want no one to vote. So I'm not trying to support any party like indirectly by telling people not to vote. So I don't understand why we're constantly saying, well, if you vote third party or you don't vote, then you're secretly in support of the Republicans. No, I don't want anyone to vote.
Hey, you know, I agree with that because I actually do think parties need to earn their votes. I agree. I hate people vote shaming, so like that's cool. I'm with you on that one.
Why are you scaring me from Republicans?
Shut up, stupid fuck.
I think Republicans are better than Democrats, to be honest with you. I think
Democrats are far better.
Trump himself said if I was in office, Ukraine wouldn't have happened. Trump
is an idiot. Why would you cite him for anything? Oh, wait a minute, you're an idiot. That's why.
Democrats are not changing your life in any way. You still lost Roe v. Wade. You still lost all you still have record inflation. I mean,
good goddamn.
Being a Republican bad to me, it's better than being a Democrat, to be honest. At least they're anti-FBI, they're anti-police
if you want to keep all the Muslims out of the United States, if you want to build a
they're not anti-FBI or police. They're anti-FBI or police for them, idiot.
Sansol, the problem is Obama. Obama started bombing Syria, so you can't really tell me anything bad about the Muslims. Obama's the one that started bombing Syria. It doesn't matter.
Ramped up in Yemen.
Biden just finished the legacy of Obama and he started bombing again.
Oh, wait, hold on. Do you have evidence that Biden is doing more drone strikes than?
No, the evidence.
I think they are actually up a little bit, Sonso, but I can't.
We have less drone strikes. Do you understand that Democrats are starting a conflict in Taiwan with China? And
whoa!
Wait, I gotta do it again. Wait, hold on. I gotta do it again. Wait. I still don't hear any fucking bombs.
No, I'm talking about conflict between Taiwan and China.
You just pull shit out of your ass.
Biden reduces the number of drone strikes, but he's killing Al-Qaeda leaders with drones.
Hold on, Almanara, can you tell
Almanara? Not the anti-war party. Democrats are not the anti-war. Bleeds for these terrorists.
Almanara, can you tell me who Taiwan is? Can you tell me the group that occupies Taiwan and how it came to be?
Are you talking about the Democratic Party?
No, I'm asking like the group that occupies Taiwan and how the nation of Taiwan came to be. Can you tell me that?
You're talking about the 1947 history of Taiwan?
Yeah. Can you tell me how Taiwan came to be?
1971 and 1979, the one China policy. Is that what you're talking about?
Go back. Who are the Taiwanese? How did they become Taiwan?
So anyways, what does this have to do with the discussion?
I want to know if you know what you're talking about, you stupid fuck.
I know exactly what I'm talking about. The Taiwanese are separatists from China. They believe they're the true China, whereas the mainland believes it's the true China. They fought for wars over it. The Taiwan is the only way that China can get blockaded. We're talking about Navy sea level wise, so it's a very important location and it's basically the
You just went like way past. Like I wish I could hone in on like one topic, but like you're an idiot, but you're so insecure that you can't actually talk with any depth on anything.
What did I say that was wrong?
So you want to go on like you want to like try to paint broad strokes, and now you're talking about
I don't know what you want
Navy
me to say,
blockades and
Who's
shit.
Taiwan? You want me to tell you the name of the guy? Was it Mao Zedong or?
No. You have a cursory overview. I'll give you that. But like I was trying to actually understand if you knew what you were talking about. I'm high as fuck, and I'm still way smarter than you.
Listen, the only thing I'm trying to argue here is the Democrats are not going to save your life.
Nobody said they were going to save your fucking life.
College educated, because you're
Idiot.
a college educated person. I see that it made a difference. It did make a difference for me. This relief of debt for that. That's a great thing. That's a big reason why I might vote for Biden. All I'm saying is that Biden is not that much better than Republicans. Maybe even Republicans would have been less war hawkish. They would have maybe
bullshit.
Less inflation. Yeah.
You're basing this on
would have
what?
had less corruption with Taiwan and Ukraine.
Bullshit.
The
Bullshit,
Democrats are
dude.
fucking knee deep in corruption. Nancy Pelosi with Taiwan.
Dude, there was a bipartisan delegation there last week. You don't know what you're talking about. I am so tired of idiots having strong opinions about things that they have absolutely no clue about. I can tell you're a Jimmy Dore fan, dude. You should broaden your horizons.
I can tell you're a Jimmy Dore hater.
How is Nancy Pelosi going to Taiwan corruption?
All right. Well, wait. Before we go into Taiwan,
That was like a red line, right? Like if you cross this line, then we consider it an act of like war.
We have politicians there all the time.
We have politicians that go there all the time. They made a big stink out over it this time, but like we've had politicians going there for decades, like all the fucking time. It's not a surprise.
We all agree nobody likes Nancy Pelosi.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I wish she would retire.
Likable, but like her policies are.
Yeah, but just generally,
the absolute worst. Yeah, she's not
It's
like,
okay.
very likable like Hillary.
I'm pretty sure all baby boomers should retire.
Yeah.
Most Gen Xers should probably retire at this point.
Justin, we don't agree on a lot politically, but I agree with that. So look,
we don't really.
Yeah, we've been at this for about 2 hours. By my gauge.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
So why don't we do some? And Nikki, you didn't even get to answer the last question, but maybe you can.
What was the last question?
It was that. Are you going to vote for? I already know what you're going to say, but are you going to vote for Biden in 2024?
I was the first person to say no. You weren't listening.
Yeah.
Such a man.
You know what? It's been so clear this whole night who's talking. How could I get confused? But yeah, so why don't we go into closing statements, and we'll start with somebody online, and we'll do the clockwise sort of fashion here. So somebody online, closing statements. The floor is yours, my friend.
Man, oh man, non-smoker, I really do, again, appreciate you inviting me to your panel. This has been an exciting and exhilarating experience. I've enjoyed every moment of it. I didn't think that we were going to get nearly as much traction out of these topics as we did. I heard them original, and I was all like, wow, okay, I guess so, but it's been a relatively good one. I think that a lot of people are speculating a little bit too much into 2024. I think that we all need to slow our roll a little bit and see what actually shakes out between now and then. And everybody in general just needs to calm down constantly. But that's what I'm always frickin' saying on my channel. We need to achieve a more Bohmian dialogue. I suggest everybody look up a Bohm dialogue. While you're at it, look up the word polysemy. It's extremely important, all right? Once you guys figure out these couple of very simple topics, you guys are going to calm down immensely, and then you're going to be able to have a more rational conversation with the people.
I had the wrong microphone
and hopefully
muted.
Reach a mutual understanding. But I'm not holding out for anything. Again, I'm somebody online. Come and check me out on Twitch if you need help with that. Come and check it out on YouTube if you want to see any old content. And see the Twitter, Some Dummy Online, if you want to see the dumb things I say on there.
Right, somebody online advocating for a calmer discourse. Manara, go ahead. Closing statement.
All right, guys. Hey, Non-Smoker, thank you so much. Appreciate this. Guys, this has been a great opportunity for me. Justin, I know you're an unserious person. I realize you're very unserious in this discussion, but that's fine. Sansol, I really appreciate you. I believe you are a serious person. I just think you're a little bit misguided. I think you read news articles and you believe them immediately. For example, you'll read that Biden reduced the number of drone strikes, and you immediately interpret that he maybe is doing less war, but that's not necessarily true. And I do believe that we need a way to pressure these Democrats. If you are going to vote for Democrat, if you are going to force me to vote for Democrat, next time you do argue to vote for a Democrat, I think you should give me a good argument to how are we going to pressure them to get our concessions to do what we want. Because other than that, all I've seen is they have just fallen on the sword every single time. They've given Joe Manchin everything he wanted just to get the little bits of pieces of crumbs that we got. And so that would be good. So I take you seriously, Sanso. I don't take Justin at all seriously. And somebody online, I think he's just he's a real Trump voter, just hiding. I don't know. But anyways, appreciate this discussion. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, Almanara Report. Check me out. I'm doing content. We stream daily. I love this discussion, and I like to learn, and I love showing the truth. I love talking about these discussions, and actually, is Biden really reducing the drone strikes, and that is equal to less war? Is he really? Let's talk about it.
Okay, thank you, Manara. Manara, seems to appreciate everybody's contributions except for Justin's. And Justin, would you please give us your closing remarks?
I mean, I do a show with a troll head, so you've got to wonder, am I trolling? Somebody, I'm going to add you just as soon as I get off of my Twitter timeout. The plea that I'm going to leave you guys with is that you absolutely...
Sorry. Justin, sorry to interrupt. I just want to be clear on if anybody's watching in my channel, or if you're not, if you were kind of, or whatever. I posted follow links for all of you guys and a poll. There's a link for a poll as to who we think won. So, sorry to...
Oh, somebody won. Somebody won this.
My cat won.
Undefeatable.
My cat absolutely won this debate. You guys all got wrecked.
Oh, and then cat.
Justin, please go ahead.
My plea to you guys is to indeed vote Democrat up and down the ballot, do community action, get involved, protest. It's like voting is not going to solve everything, and I hate it when people make these arguments like, "Oh, the Democrats aren't going to save your life." Blah, blah, blah. That's a stupid argument. Nobody expects them to save your life. You're also not voting for Joe Manchin. You're voting for Cory Bush. You're voting for Pramila Jayapal. You're voting for Rashida Tlaib, AOC. Fucking there's a bunch more that I can't. Jamal Bowman is fucking excellent. I can't wait to have Fetterman in the Senate. Like, there are a million good Democrats out there, and you can get behind them, go support them. And if you feel passionately about starting a third party, I encourage you to do that. I want you to do that. But you have to start at the local level. You can't start at the presidential level. Anybody trying to start a third party at the presidential level is a grift, hands down. And I will tell you that Democrats in my lifetime, have presided over record GDP growth, and every single one has cut the deficit. One of them being the only president to balance the budget in the last fucking century. Every Republican has presided over an economic crash. There's no comparison. And then when you talk about corruption, look up criminal indictments by presidential administration and see that like the Democrats are this small and the Republicans are this big. Like, there's no comparison between the parties. So you should absolutely support the Democrats because you really have no other choice. It's harm reduction and it's strategic. But I encourage you, please go start a third. I want a third party to vote for. But just stop living in a fantasy world about fucking Jimmy Dore getting 10% of the vote. That's the most ignorant goddamn thing I've ever heard. Thank you. I'm JustinFREAKIN.
Are you going to give it to the forward party? Sorry, are you going to give it to the forward party instead of Jimmy Dore?
Oh, I'll come all over the forward party's face. I'll give him a cream pie. I'll fuck him in the ass. What do you want me to do to him, huh?
Nobody wants cum in the face. All right, so Nikki, please go ahead.
I mean, I do sometimes.
A different panel.
All right. Thank you.
Freaking for nothing.
Having me on the panel. I don't really do panels because I don't know. I just rather watch it. It was fun to watch actually. So I will be here in the chat whenever you have a panel. If I'm free, I want to watch this shit. Thank you. That's it.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Pleasure meeting you, Nikki.
Nice to meet you too. Sorry.
All right, hey, I had fun taking jabs at everyone. I thought it was fun. I'm not very good at panels either, but practice makes perfect, so maybe I'll get better. But yeah,
You did great.
you can't. Thank you, I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean,
doing good. I just don't do it.
I'm doing my statement, Nikki. Stop
I'm
interrupting.
sorry. I need to interrupt you.
But yeah, so I mean, my message is the Republicans and Democrats don't care about you, so you should do what you can to piss them off, and what they really hate.
It's not about caring.
Money. So yeah, stop giving them what they want and make them cry and suffer and beg for your vote, because that's more fun.
That's a
Alrighty.
bad idea.
Colin Raw, thank you. Wants suffering if necessary. And Schlatsky, go ahead, please.
Well, I'm not voting for Joe Biden because he lied to me.
Because you're
He
a
said
fucking
that they were gonna
stupid motherfucker.
hand out $2,000 worth of relief for us for the pandemic.
That was wrong.
Cut us short, even on
I
that
knew they were going to do that
minuscule
too.
amount, and that was very terrible and awful to do. I didn't support AOC for her to go ahead and allow Nancy Pelosi to retain her position with zero opposition whatsoever, without a single concession. She said that we had to fight for things that were more reasonable, more possible, stuff like $15 an hour minimum wage. I don't see that anywhere. It's not even on the table. Anyway, so they're just a bunch of liars, and I'm done voting for people who are liars. That doesn't make me a Republican. I'm voting for people that align with my interests.
All right, Schlatsky, always concise. And last but not least, Sonsol.
This was a fun panel. I'm sorry, I probably yelled over every single person at some point or another. I get energetic when things start getting
I wish you'd let me have a little more fun.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I disagree with something that someone said, or at least one thing that every single person here said at some point or another. If anybody wants to talk,
I take back what I said about your hair then.
And I like having conversations. I think it's really important for us to have these conversations. I think that a lot of the people here, they have their heart in the right place. But at the end of the day, you have to look at what is strategic. You have to look at what is, actually going to add value into the world. And I think that the way I look at things is the best way to do that. If anybody wants to find me, you can find me on Sonsol on literally everything. SONDSOL. I like talking to people, chatters, streamers, everybody. So come through.
All right, thank you, Sonsol. And, all of you guys, I appreciate your time. This went exactly how I hoped it would have went. I wouldn't have had it any other way. So I really appreciate it. And again, in my chat, I'm pretty much spamming this poll here, as well as follow links for everybody on the panel. I would tweet it out. I might tweet it out, but I don't have much of a Twitter following anyway. So, but yeah, I encourage everybody to vote in the poll. And I also encourage everybody, at least pop and give everybody a follow, just a token follow, see what they're all about. Give everybody a chance. It's worth at least hearing someone out. Even if you think they're a total idiot, then you could just unfollow them.
I take open calls and comments every night. You can hop in the Discord. You can call in. I love to argue. I'll let it go on way too long, too.
It's also worth mentioning that I have zero, Twitch clout of any kind. So everybody here who came is obviously open to conversation, because all I really had to do was DM them. So that really does kind of show evidence that everybody here is pretty open to discussion, so you should take advantage and do so. And with that, guys, I am going to close this, and I'm probably going to call it a night on my stream as well, at least soon anyway.
Good night. Love everybody.
No after party?
Thank you.
If y'all want to come through on my stream, y'all are more than welcome to.
Yeah, I'll probably hang out for a little bit, too, if anybody wants to drop by and have a little chit-chat.
Well, there you go.
Yo, guys, stop by. Stop by.
I don't want to he's trying to end the panel. I love you guys, but let him in his panel.
Yes, thank you. All right. Can't wait for school to start. It's just like this. All right. Everybody have a good night, and we'll talk hopefully again soon.
Night.
Good night. Night.
Well, wasn't that fun? Oh. Oh, my camera's all fucked up. Hold on. Wee. So, you guys think about that. You missed Drake. Did you really just get here? you missed the panel, and oof. Oh boy. Oh fuck. I was like, I'm gonna hang out. Well, I'm not equipped. I'm not equipped to do anything. I don't think. In order to be able to really stream, I kind of had to like. My moving background isn't there. None of my fancy shit is here. This was just bare bones tonight. Did you vote for Biden? Are you going to vote for Biden? Are you happy with your vote for Biden? We talked a little bit about the Mar-a-Lago raid. Just so you know, Drake, this might come as a total shock to you. Believe me, knowing me the way you do, this is gonna come as a total shock. I called somebody an idiot within 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Like, just as soon as they open their mouth, I'm like, oh shit, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, like he did it. He made the point that like Republicans are probably better. Blah 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 blah. Oh god, he was really dumb, and he tried to act like he was dunking on me and shit, and like even when they did the going around the circle to say goodbye, he was like, I respect everybody but Justin. Pretty much every time he opened his mouth from the first statement, I was like, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. But like he was a Jimmy Dore fan. That was his big point, was that Jimmy Dore was going to run for president in 2024 and that he was going to get 10% of the vote. I'm not shitting you. That's what he said. Jimmy Dore is going to run for president in 2024 and get 10% of the vote. And then they're going to be able to bully the Democratic Party into doing what they want. So now you can see why I called him an idiot, right? Like that one's not hard. Oh shit, is Media Winch on right now? If I had my stuff, I might wait around and see if I got a phone call or something, but I don't have all my bells and whistles right now. This is a parsed down version of the Troll Patrol. Dore can barely count to 10. That's good. Well, like I pointed out, like Ralph Nader, a true American hero, ran for president 2 or 3 times and couldn't garner more than like 1% of the vote. And this dude thinks some fucking washed up comedian on YouTube that fucking nobody really likes, and he's like, but Jimmy Dore has so many subscribers on YouTube. I'm like, I'm subscribed to Jimmy Dore. I don't like the fuck. Hildy is on, Media Winch is not. Well, I guess we'll go see Hildebeest then. Is it too early for the... And I'm sorry about the ads tonight. You know, I've been doing the things where I've been trying to catch them and everything. But I couldn't do that when we were doing the panel, clearly. They have, if you've noticed that streamers have more ads, it is because they now do a, like we get a 55% ad revenue share instead of 35% like it was before. So, guys, check out Hildebeest on the Freak Show. The very first skit we did was one of the funniest things I have ever produced. Holy shit, did I laugh my ass off. Hildebeest was a fantastic guest this past Friday. This Friday, Jay from the YouTube channel Fancy Geeks will be my special guest host. The week after, I will actually have Reg's voice You might know Reg's voice as the intro voice for the Friday Night Freak Show. Yeah, that's why people have 5 ads in a row. You have to do like 3 minutes worth of ads during the hour. And so my solution was I play ads during the countdown. I play a 3-minute break there. And then I take a 3-minute break at the top of the hour. And I'll play the Twitch break during that 3-minute break. So like nobody has to sit through commercials while a story is going on, and then I can get more of Bezos's money. Gives me a chance to take a pee break, because sometimes I was sitting over here and doing like 2, 3, 4 hours in a row, and I wouldn't pee because like I'm a professional broadcaster and I'm used to doing that kind of shit. But I like the new commercial break schedule. But all right, looks like Hildebeest has a panel going on, so I'm sorry if you're paneled out tonight. Sorry if Media Winch doesn't show up and you don't want a panel, but like Hildebeest probably has a way more chill panel than what was going on where we were just at. But thanks to Non-Smoker though, like I had a lot of fun. I don't think the dude next to me had a lot of fun. He was kind of a whipping boy all night, but like most idiotic right-wingers do, he kind of convinced that he played pigeon chest. He convinced himself that he won. It was a massacre, I assure you. And when Sonsol let me talk, but Sonsol was cool, and Sonsol's hair looked beautiful. Go ahead, light one up, tip one back. I promise you'll get a actual news show tomorrow. I may even stay on longer doing news. Just because I gave you a panel tonight. We'll deep dive into some shit. Go ahead, light one up, tip one back. It's all right to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm JustinFREAKIN. We'll see you tomorrow night on the Troll Patrol live.